Perfect. Ah, this looks so good with the background. So nice.
What?
So beautiful. Nothing.
Okay. All right. So, fun thing to start out on. Yeah. Before we start on that, might as well just go and get introductions out of the way. So,
Yeah.
hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Nerd Ensemble podcast, where we talk about nerd culture and we trash things, which is gonna be a fun highlight later. Don't know what the hell you're doing. Anyway, yeah. Oh yeah. Later, we're definitely gonna be just trashing some stuff. Probably not too much later. We'll see. But yeah, anything neurologic. I am Nexus71C, and
I'm Sweden Boy Gaming, Sweden Cat Boy Gaming, the depending on what you're watching.
Yeah. Yeah, we are the normal hosts of this show. Sometimes we have guests, but we've only ever had 2 on.
Both were forced to.
Yeah, both were kind of forced to. And both talked equally as much. Believe it or not.
I think
Oh,
Shorty would
okay.
have loved this episode though, because he loves Star Wars.
Probably, but you know what? He's not online, so it sucks for him. Yeah, so
Oh god, it's sour.
I don't know what these are.
Oh.
What are these called?
I don't know.
Color it candy? Is that what this is called? I don't know what the hell it's called. It's like rich chocolate, but like it's like these white, like a ton of white balls or something, like in a packaging. I don't really know what it's called
Kinder
because
eggs?
no, I don't actually. Hold on, wait.
But Kinder eggs is illegal
Sixlets. Hold on. Color candy sixlets. Apparently.
Fuck.
I don't know. It just we have them here, and I'm like, you know what? Sure, why not? It seems like a nice snack. And then I read the nutrition facts on the back. It says total sugars 19 grams. Not bad. That's not a bad thing. And then I looked above and it said about 13 servings per container. Guess what 19 times 13 is?
Over 100.
It's like 240 grams of sugar in an entire bag. Like, Jesus
Is it per
Christ.
serving or is so
Okay.
is the 19 grams per serving for the whole
Okay.
package?
No, okay. 19 grams is, it says amount per serving. So it's 19 grams per serving. There are 13 servings per container, which a container is this entire bag. So 13, yeah, basically, yeah, about 240, roughly,
No,
I think, or 250. It's somewhere in there.
230.
Okay,
30
230.
or 20.
Hold on. I had it on my calculator. I closed it. Which, give me a second. I did turn
No, I
off. No, I did not.
Times 13 is. That's not what I wanted.
Wait a sec. Let me mute my. Yep, okay.
247.
Yep, told you. 247.
It's almost 250. Holy
Almost
fuck.
250. Point is, yeah, that's a lot.
Hi,
It is
JC, by the way, welcome to the world of the Nerd Ensemble.
Where at the moment we're talking about that I'm eating a bag of chocolate candy that equates to 200, almost 250 grams of sugar.
That sounds like, isn't that like what Coke have in it in a one like?
Let me actually check.
liter?
Oh, I'm drinking Dr. Pepper right now. Let me see what it is.
Isn't Dr. Pepper sweeter though than Coke?
Maybe it's 55 grams. And that's a serving
Right.
size is 1 bottle. So 55 grams on the bottle.
Yeah, but that's like a tiny bottle, like a half liter bottle, right?
Okay. Thank you. Of course he does. I mean, imagine he would. That makes ultimate sense. It's all the right sense. Oh, shit. I need to get a bigger chat open. Hold on, I'm gonna close this chat.
Oh,
Hold on.
God.
View docs, restream chat. I'm gonna put that one there because it's easier to deal with. It's a bigger screen, so I can actually read it better.
I fucking love JC. He's such a great guy.
Okay, let's just pretend that I wasn't looking at the chat for a few minutes, so I don't know what the hell was
Don't
going
worry
on there.
about it, okay?
All I saw was something about that they needed to tell me that you smell. I'm like, okay. Then you said no, you. That's all I
Tell
got.
me more. Okay, don't worry. Actually, Does it OBS have a chat?
Yeah, but I just closed it because I reopened Restream Chat. Like I reopened that dock so I could see it instead because it has bigger font so I can actually read.
Yeah. That explains it.
God, this mic.
I.
He just heard me chewing, and I'm like, God.
He left.
Anyway.
He said, "Oh my, dang."
What?
No, he just said he left. He said,
Ah, I see how it is.
"My plan was foiled." But you see, JC. Next is not the brightest guy, okay?
Yeah, I'm not really the brightest knife in the crayon box.
Well, okay, I can't stop laughing because remember I told you how me and Danny talked about flower and flower pots a few days ago?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stop you right there and say no. We're not
You don't even
talking
know what
about
it's
that.
about.
Yeah, so for context, he comes up to me. I say comes up to me as in like, you know, he messages me and says that Danny, his girlfriend, and also a friend of mine for, I guess, ever since we started when we started watching FMA. I think that was the first time. But anyway. Point is, comes up to me and says that she wanted us to talk about flowers and flower pots on the podcast. And I'm just like, why? Like, why would we do that? Like, what the hell? What kind of conversation can we get out of talking about flowers and flower pots?
Oh, you would. Oof.
Hmm.
I know that, yeah, FMA is a weird show. I know. But it's a good show. Yeah, but it's weird. Like, yeah. But we're not talking about FMA right now. We're gonna talk about flower.
What's a weird show?
FMA.
No, the first one, definitely. Brotherhood, still
Both is
weird,
kind
but
of weird.
the
Like,
first one was way weirder.
yeah. Well,
Way more.
and then we have the Chimera, of course, with I don't remember his name, Tucker.
I
think it
mean,
is.
both of them have that, but
Yeah. And that's just like this both, but yeah. And I promise you, I told you you would shut me down after 2 seconds when I mentioned this.
mm-hmm.
But also, you don't even know what we were talking about when we talked about flowers and flower pots.
Do I really need to?
It's good this is a mature stream. Okay, so basically...
I don't think I want to know this
Oh my
conversation.
So
Before we
basically...
start, hold on. Yeah, there's a note right there for what we just said. This is a mature stream. This is a mature podcast. If you can't handle any of the topics that would be of matureness, you know, of maturity, just go ahead and stop listening, stop watching, whatever you're doing. Just, you know, go and get out of here. There's your warning.
Run for your life.
Okay, that just sounds threatening. Still, get out of here. But if you can handle all that, no matter what the hell your age is, fine, all right, stay, you know, yeah, your problem, not ours.
As long as you're not under 12. Actually, don't tell us you're under 12 because by TOS we need to ban you.
Yes, because we're the
reported.
ones who... I mean, I'm not going to report them. I don't care. Do whatever the hell you want. Just someday it's going to catch up to you.
Yeah, the only thing I'm gonna ban you because I can actually go and get in trouble for allowing you to knowingly know that you are under the age of allowed age.
That's not a thing.
Huh.
You don't get in trouble for knowing that an account is below the age of 13.
I don't think knowing, but I think the issue is that often that
I mean, they
You
won't send anything to you, and they won't say anything to you if you knowingly knew that and didn't say a word. It's just like, hey, it's their fault. They did it. Whatever the hell. That's their problem. It's not mine. I don't give a damn if you're creating an account when you're not supposed to be. That's your problem.
Yeah. But yeah. So I have a very interesting stuff. I talk interesting stuff with a lot of people actually. I think me and JT have had a lot of interesting conversations in our life. It's also not mature in conversation, or well, it's mature conversations.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of mature conversations, which is weird.
Right.
Yeah. So you know how you to compliment some girls sometimes and call them that they are beautiful like flowers.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about? So I was thinking, but I'm kind of messed up like that. Technically, men are flowers, and girls are flower pots.
I mean, you could also say that you're pollinating, so
Yeah, that's what I mean.
technically you can still
For
both be
flower
flowers
to
because
grow, you
flowers
don't
do
need a
pollinate
stick.
other flowers.
Yeah, but for a flower to grow, you need a flower pot or dirt, but like in general terms, a flower pot.
Why do you think they call it seeds?
Because that's where the flower comes from.
I meant, why do you think they call, a person's child their seed? That's another thing.
It's it. So that's what I mean. Women are flower pots.
You should probably, careful with your phrasing there. I mean, you're kind of leaning
Men are
on the
flowers,
sexist angle.
women are flower pots.
Like, you want to just careful what you're saying. Okay, we're talking in metaphors here. We're not being serious, people. Don't take this seriously. Is he? Is he? I don't know about that. I don't think I agree.
I'm kind of, I'm definitely in it then.
Mm-hmm. Totally. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, we just talked about flower and flower pots.
Yeah, good for you. Yeah, okay. Again, we're shutting this conversation down, not because of its inappropriateness, but because I don't care. Anyway. Oh, you want to fix your mic there.
Yeah, wait. I'm gonna see if this works. I may go deaf for 5 seconds because I'm. I
Oh.
don't know where my. Nope. Okay. I have an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I found another on the floor. Okay.
This is a brilliant start, by the way. I will let you know what the topics are whenever I can actually get to the damn topics.
Okay, wait a second. Hold on.
Mm. Oh god. Oh no. Not this one.
Okay, so I switched
That.
headsets.
Yeah.
Ow.
Damn.
Ow.
Again.
Ow.
Horrible quality.
Ow. Yeah, very good, horrible quality.
What did you switch for anyway?
Sound. I don't think this leaks as much.
Well, you weren't leaking a second ago.
I was leaking a second ago.
You weren't.
You was? Yes, I was.
No, you were when we started, or when you joined the call, but you haven't been leaking since.
Oh no, I see I'm leaking because my.
Sure, I mean, yeah, it's blinking, and your light was blinking, but you weren't actually leaking. Like, no sound was coming through on my end from you.
Yeah, but I prefer not to see the blinking, which I don't do with this one.
Well, okay, so basically we jumped from his quality of mic to be slightly meh to Jesus Christ, why? At this rate, stop buying headsets, buy mics.
I don't buy headsets. Well, I buy headsets. But I buy headsets, okay.
Well, buy a mic next time.
No, because that costs extra. That costs more.
Well, yeah, that's the point, because they're better.
Yeah.
That depends on how bad your mic is there, JC. I had a blue snowball for years, and I'll agree those aren't that great. Right now I'm using a Shure SM58. Yes, SM58. So it's an XLR mic.
Yeah. Also, how much worse is my mic?
How much was this mic?
This I'm using. I wish I could switch. If I could use the head, because I think my best headset mic is the one that is leaking the worst.
I mean, if you're using the dual connection, you know, the pink and green, just only plug in the pink one of the good headset, and then take the green from the other headset, and just have the mic like next to you or something, like, you know, wear it around your neck. I don't know, something.
Actually, or you just put it above my other head.
I mean, yeah, you could do that too. Basically, pull an evil. It's what he used to do. He used to use two headsets. One
I've
for.
seen people do that.
I think he basically used it so he could listen to two audios at once. Like, you know, say he was playing on an Xbox and he can listen to the game and hear everything else.
Yeah. At the moment, I'm on my other headset. Real quick, I'll switch. This should be the. Okay. Is it better now?
Yeah, it's better. I have quite the specs, JC. Quite the specs.
Yeah. Also, welcome
It does.
to the
Discord? Is that what you're about to say?
yeah, to the stream. Oh my God, I can't speak.
Yes, this is the Discord. That's what we're doing.
Well, we are on Discord talking, you and me.
I mean, if it was an actual Discord and it was the podcast, we'd be in a stage channel or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Which I would actually like to do those at some point. I mean, I can do that. I can actually start one of those, I think. But I would like to, but I don't have the community for it. I swear, it just sounds like a freak, like you're spraying, like, you know, out of a bottle, like a water spray.
I have a water bottle.
Then what is the spraying sound?
It's, you know, it's like a sports water bottle, like someone who's running uses. That kind, not like.
So basically, I mean, okay, whatever. It's just weird. All right. Okay. So, to go on about our topics now that we've had that lovely transition. So, we have plenty of topics on today's list.
Also, I think we should add a topic that we didn't discuss, but we need to talk about Loki.
Okay, well, there's one of the topics that we can do. So, considering the finale came out.
Yeah, and we both have watched it.
Okay, here's the thing. Spoilers. Should we talk about spoilers?
Yeah. I mean, you kind of have to, so that we're gonna have to like put up. I feel like that should be the end, though. Like that's like one of the final topics. Because
yeah, just so
you can put up the
believe it as a final one because technically it's very new. I mean, how the finale just came out yesterday, so you know, keep it on the wraps. So, where were we talking? There we are.
Okay, so what should we start with?
Well, I'm going to mention all the topics first. I'm going to mention the topics first. So, for everyone in general to mention. So, basically, we have a few of them. We have... Sorry about that. Recently, me and Swede finished the Star Wars original trilogy, and we wanted to talk a little bit about that, our thoughts. Then I had some mini topics where I just want to talk about a few things. Okay, one of them is a rant that we're going to tie into a trash segment later. We'll get into that. We're going to have a trash segment in something. I'm not going to mention what it's about yet. We'll get to it when we get to it. But it's basically we're going to be trashing a company and some stuff they do. It pisses me off. Maybe some other rants I'll throw in there for other places. Just because it's going to be the trash segment anyway. I may mention some other things as a mini topic, but do we actually have any more other topics other than Star Wars and Loki? Like, other than that? Or we just have minis?
You wanted to talk about Sonic.
Did I?
You mentioned something you wanted to mention about Sonic. You had
hold on.
tiny that you...
Oh,
You
yeah,
said
yeah,
that you
yeah,
might
okay,
not
yeah.
want to bring it up, but if you feel like
Okay,
it
so yeah,
was
there might be something mentioned with Sonic in that case. And also another one about what would you call it?
we could talk about what we talked about before the stream.
Oh,
The whole fucking Spider-Man stuff.
I mean, we're going to when we get to the Loki bits, because that kind of ties in.
Yeah.
Another thing is you're gonna love our opinion then, JC. Oh boy. But what was that thing I was gonna mention? Oh, that basically one of the newer topics, because everyone is getting into it lately, is about the illustrious Psychonauts 2 God mode. Our thoughts on that one? Yes, everybody's having an opinion on it apparently. So we basically are between starting with Star Wars, the God mode. I think we should save the rant from the middle. So what do you think?
I don't know too much about Psychonauts, so we could start with that. So you could talk, give me some insight
Well, I
in
mean,
that.
it's not really about Psychonauts the game. It's more so about what they're thinking.
Yeah, but I still don't know anything about it.
Well, I kind of told you most of what Psychonauts is. Just a game about
Yeah,
you enter
aliens,
people.
correct?
No,
I know. It's like,
what?
well, you told me. I don't remember. See,
Psychonauts is basically about like entering other people's minds. So basically, like you have this like little doorway that you throw on somebody's head, and like your psyche or like your astral projection or whatever. Basically, the thing in Doctor Strange, you know, the astral projection, like that goes into their mind, and you go through like all the craziness of their minds, and like some of their memories are displayed in there, their personality in a way, or like something about them. So let's say there's this paranoid milkman type of guy in the first game, like it's super, or he's like super paranoid, like all the time, very paranoid. So in there, you have these like agent guys who are always on the lookout for something. Like they're always on the lookout for this milkman. Like, you know, they're trying to catch him. They think everybody's the milkman. So like you basically, there are parts where you have to pick up an item, and if you have the item in your hand, the agents think that you're associated with that item. Like if you have hedge trimmers, you're a gardener. If you have a plunger, you're a sewer worker. If you have a rifle, you're an assassin. So just like if you have all these things and you're in these like restricted areas, if you have this certain item, you can go into those areas and it's fine. If you don't, you'll be arrested by the agents and you'll be interrogated. It's just like a little quick like sort of game over thing, or like we're set to checkpoint or handyman. Yeah, so it's just like all that kind of stuff. So basically that's Psychonauts. But I mean, it sounds boring for my explanation, but it's really fun. It's really funny in some cases. It's well worth a play, and again, it's on Game Pass, so I do think you should play it at some point.
I should.
The first game, and then go on to the second one. But you got that. Anyway, Psychonauts 2. So basically, the developers, Double Fine. Yeah, it is really fun. But the developers, Double Fine, have decided that they're gonna add a God mode in the beginning. I mean, an actual mode, God mode, where basically it's you have invincibility right then and there. And should have known he was watching. Anyway, what should I say? Okay, so basically, from the beginning, like you can have invincibility in the game, and you can play through the whole game being completely invincible, never take damage, and basically, it would not void a single achievement if you played that way. That's what they're doing. So if you played it that way, it would not void any achievement completion. You can still play the whole game, be invincible, get every achievement, no problem.
I could
And
see
people
that
are
being good.
very pissed about this.
Yeah, but it makes sense. But also, I can see that if you have like, oh, collect this stuff, it's gonna be like, okay, that's annoying because I get killed at this area a lot. Maybe you
Mm-hmm.
don't want to be like, I want to just collect this stuff to complete this achievement. So
Yeah.
then I can say, I don't feel like game completion in a sense should have allow it in a sense.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I get where some people are coming from in that case, where it's like you don't want that to be a thing. I mean, you would rather at least have some things blocked off, but I mean, whatever. But people are going a little bit too overzealous with the whole thing, because it's like they're going with the whole, oh, you know, achievements, or in this case, like a higher difficulty, just means that, you know, you have this like feeling of accomplishment, and therefore that is how all games should be. You should always have this like feeling of accomplishment because you got over something hard. That is a game or whatever. It's just like, that's, I mean, okay, I get where you're coming from, but no, that's not a game. That's not how a game entirely has to be. Like, for me, for example, let's say Dark Souls, like any Souls type game, it's always about this like huge difficulty spike and like these like crazy annoying hard enemies or bosses or whatever. And it's just like, you know, sure, you probably feel great after beating one that took you hours or sometimes even days to complete if you're that bad like me. If you're that bad like me, then sure. But
It would take you years.
right. Technically it has, because I haven't gotten past the first boss because I stopped playing because I got bored. And I haven't played since. So technically it has been years. But so basically what I'm saying is like, sure, it could probably make it feel better, but at the same time it's like, I don't like games like that. I don't like it. To me, I don't like games where I have to feel accomplished, where I have to beat something to feel accomplished about it or enjoy it, because it's like, okay, that's the thing, getting over hurdles. That is not the type of game I want to play. I want to play a game where I'm going to enjoy every second of it, with like all the story, you know, basically whether it's story, the gameplay, the mechanics, the visuals, the music, all that kind of stuff. I don't really care much for, oh, hey, it's super damn difficult, I want to beat this to feel better about myself. Like, no, that's not my take. Sure, people can do that, that's cool, but it's like, it's different. So my point overall is that everybody's different in the way they want to play a game. And for some stupid reason, everybody's getting all pissed off about this because it's like, oh, it has God mode, so, you know, people can be freaking whiny babies or whatever. There are people actually saying that and all this other stuff. I'm like, no. No. I mean,
I can accept people playing. I would say this. Easy, no, you shouldn't play easy. Normal is fine. Hard, that's kind of into it. And if
Yeah,
there's
it
a
depends.
harder difficulty, that can be really fun depending on the game. Like, I played Ghost of Tsushima on, I think, second hardest difficulty, because I think the third one was like, oh, we can hit one hit you. I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's an acquired thing. I mean, for a lot of people, I mean, sure, most people are going to really enjoy like the super hard stuff, and I get it. I mean, sure, you know, if that's what you like, sure, but for me, no, I don't. I don't like the super hard stuff because I feel like I'd get too bored quickly, or it's just like I get too annoyed, and I don't want to always feel annoyed when playing a game. I don't like feeling angry all the damn time when playing a game. I want to be there to enjoy the game, not to freaking hate myself and hate everything else around me. That's not the point of me playing a game. You play the damn game to escape reality, not to feel like the same thing's happening. That's what everybody says, right? No, but okay. But basically,
I didn't know you were fighting aliens in your daily life.
shut the fuck up. Anyway, okay. So all the time in my mind.
I tried to escape life, and the aliens are still coming.
I want to phrase that one. Anyway, okay. So, point overall is you got that, but another take on this is what a lot of people have been bringing up is that what about those with, let's say, you know, like disabilities or anything, where it's like it's definitely harder to play these type of games. I'm sure you can have accessibility in the sense of like, say, like different accessibility options to like add handicaps in this sense, like, you know, multiple different ones, or in some ways, like people with less, well, I don't want to say that. I was gonna say lesser disability, but I don't want to say that because there's no such thing as lesser in reality. It's just all disabilities are disabilities. It's not fun. But
Yeah.
Basically, you
I
know,
mean,
you
there
have
is
stuff like
those.
what Xbox created, like that. I forget what it's called, but it's like the one controller that you can just like hook up switches and everything to allow you to, or to allow people with like motor issues to where like they can easily play the game and everything. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you got stuff
Like,
like that, but point overall, what I'm saying is
yeah.
like with this, it's like there are people who like don't have like fast reaction times, for example, and this would help out good because it's like, you know, you have invincibility, you don't have to worry about it. Just go through the story and enjoy it, and you know, enjoy your time playing it. I mean, you know, you don't have to die every 5 seconds because you know you can't help it. So it's kind of helpful. I
I
mean, there's other disabilities I can mention, but you know, I don't want to go down a list here.
Yeah, I know. Uh, It's just in general, like to a degree, I feel like invincible mode is like that's stupid in general. Like
I mean, in a way it is, but I mean, I see the
I
good
can see
points
it
of
as a
it.
post-game thing, like after you complete the game
I mean,
once.
that's another
Like
thing. That's
then,
another thing that people will mention. Yeah, that it'd probably be best just to have it as like a completion requirement where you have to complete the game to get it. But I mean, really,
because then it
honestly,
doesn't.
in another way, I mean, it doesn't really matter because honestly, who cares what other people do? You know, I mean, just if you don't like it, don't play on it. Then don't use the mode. Just play the normal mode. Pick which difficulty you like. Go for it.
Yeah,
Who
I mean
cares?
that's what I do.
Yeah, who cares what how other people play? They play, they play. You play, you play.
Yeah,
So
I mostly play. I have started doing either second hardest or hardest difficulty depending on what the hardest difficulty tells you. Is it like, oh, it's gonna one hit you? I'm like, nope. I think I played second hardest on The Last of Us mostly because the because you need so much components in that game. That's like everything you collect is very important.
that and what is it? What is in the first one? It's grounded. Or is that the second one?
I don't know.
But whichever it is, like
It's like
the highest difficulty in both the games is not fun.
it's just like, oh, basically there's nothing to collect. So it's like,
Yeah,
what?
it's not fun. And one of them, I don't know what game it is. I forget what game it is of in general. The highest difficulty in one of those games introduces permadeath.
Was it the second one maybe?
No, I don't think it's
I
that
don't
one
know.
because that one makes sense. I mean, how would that have permadeath? But in like another game in general, I remember like the highest difficulty had permadeath. So it's like, you know,
Yeah, I think I
character
played this game.
dies, you know, character's gone.
I think there was like a hardcore mode that was like, it was basically a hardcore mode. It was like, if you die forever. Like, okay,
Mm.
I don't want to die.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. People are like really damn sour about this. Like I see it everywhere. So many people were talking about this and going crazy about it.
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't
I could
get the
see,
point, man.
as I said, I could see to a degree, like, it's kind of like,
I mean, sure, it kind of feels unearned or a little cheaty in the sense, but at the same time, it's I mean, it's whatever. Okay, I mean, some people
yeah,
it could be a really good help to them just to be able to play the game and have fun in their own way, and
yeah,
at the same time, it doesn't really matter. I mean, if you feel like it's you know, it's a cheat when it comes to getting the achievements, don't use it. Get the achievements in the way you want to get them, or complete the game you want to complete it in.
yeah.
Stop worrying about however everybody else plays. But no, sorry, this is the internet. We have to care about what everybody else does. What everybody else does is what matters. What we do, whatever.
Yeah.
Damn internet. Mm. That's pretty much all I
I need to do
kind of
a
got about
real
that one.
important thing real quick. Hey Google, alarm 3 p.m.
Actually, didn't hear it that time.
No, it's because it takes down the volume. I don't know why. It like lowers the volume. I want it to on 80%. For some reason, I think it goes down to 50 or something.
Be funny if you said 80 and it just like thought you said 18 or something.
Oh yeah, this Google thing is doesn't know the difference between 3 p.m. and 8 p.m.
Fun.
No, I use it because you can use 1 to 10 as a volume thing. 8 is 80.
Mm.
So I use that. Just check the Google app real quick. My Google Home. My beautiful Google Home.
We should have 2 Google Homes now.
It's on 48%. I don't know why.
We should have 2 Google Homes now, and I still refuse to use one. Because, I mean, you know, there's only one, it's in the living room. I just don't want one. Like, I mean, I don't really care for it. I don't really care to have it. And honestly,
It's actually a good alarm. I use it as an alarm all the time.
I just have my
And check
phone.
the weather.
It's not hard. It's not hard just to open my phone. I have a weather app, and I could just use the built-in alarm clock on my phone. Works fine.
Yeah, but I can listen to that. Hey, Google. What's the weather?
Currently in Northing, it's 21 degrees and cloudy.
Okay.
Today, be mostly sunny, with a forecast high of 31 and a low of 18.
I like how that's captured on Discord but not on stream.
Oh,
I
it was
have
for me.
too I have too much. Oh fuck. Oh God.
What?
The sun.
No, it's always the
has
sun.
risen.
Oh boy, the light, it burns. No,
I'm
but
a fucking vampire. Jesus Christ, what do you think I am?
trust me. Well, that depends. Do you like garlic?
Yeah, it's garlic and food.
Hmm. How about onions?
I eat it in food. I don't eat it otherwise. Like I'm not a big fan of.
I like sweet onions. That's actually kind of nice. Like sweet onions aren't as like have a spiciness to it, but I mean it's still there. But I'm just saying it's more tame. But it's kind of nice just to eat those. Those are nice. Anyway, as for the other topics, because I'm pretty much done with the last one. Would you like to move into Star Wars?
Star Wars, Star Wars. This is the thing with weird robots and talking blobs.
I don't know about talking blobs, but
I mean, what would you call Jabba the Hutt? It's kind of a blob.
slug,
Yeah, but he's not a blob.
giant snail. I don't know.
No, I think snails need to have a shell.
They can shed their snow. Fuck, shed their snail. Yes, the shell can shed their snail. Oh god, that's
You
funny.
heard it here, guys. Shed their snail.
Shells can shed their snails. Put that on a t-shirt.
F9.
Put that shit on a t-shirt.
Oh god.
Any notes? Because I actually took notes during the first movie.
Yeah, and then it was like.
Okay, I
second
took
one was like,
during the first movie. Then the second movie came around, and I didn't want to take
It was
any more
like-
notes because of. I mean, we'll get into why, but it's just like I didn't feel like doing it anymore.
And the third one is like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there was no point. I mean, we just watched it. It's still fresh in our minds, kind of. So, About a
Yeah,
few
I fell
weeks.
asleep in the middle of it. Or
Yeah,
actually
you
at the
did.
end of it.
I just sat there like, "Hello, you awake? Hello." And I just sat there like, "Yeah, he's asleep. Fucking, I ain't pausing this shit. I don't feel like it. I won't watch this."
But I
Alright,
know
so-
the movie.
All right, so Star Wars. Before we get into all that, just a brief explanation here. For the past half year, is that when we started? We basically decided, and maybe half a year ago or more, maybe a full year ago, we decided, hey, let's go ahead and actually, probably was actually a full year ago.
If it was like at the end of season 2 of Mandalorian.
Maybe. No, I think it was before that.
Close
I
to-
think it was before that.
It may be, but like it was close to Mandalorian at least.
I know it was when no, actually, it wasn't. Huh? Did
I
we
don't know.
start? Did we start watching that when Group Watch came out? Like
We
Group Watch came out
tried
for
to
me because it came
Yeah,
out for me, but it didn't come out for you because we tried and it said it wouldn't work for you.
yeah, but that was because I think it was because Mandalore hadn't released in Europe yet.
Well, Group Watch wouldn't have mattered either way, but yeah, it was definitely it had to be after Mandalorian in general because Group Watch still wasn't out then.
Yeah,
Okay,
but we didn't use group watch for the first movies, first two,
no, we used whatever it's called,
whatever.
Metaster. But anyway,
And then it fucked up last time we tried to use it, so we were like, let's try this.
yeah, okay. So okay. How was I gonna start that? I was actually gonna start that different. I wasn't gonna go straight into the movie. I was gonna mention some.
Yeah, next is quite as fight. That's because
What?
I turned him down.
I mean, hey, it is how that works. Okay. So, with Star Wars, again, we started this, I'm going to say about a year ago, and we decided we were going to watch it because why not? It seemed fun, and we could actually get a topic out of it. Three topics. Technically four. Four topics. Because we would have the original trilogy, prequel trilogy, sequel trilogy, and spin-off films. Well, I say spin-off as
Yeah.
in like a Rogue One and Solo film. So we'll watch those later. I think we might do it after the prequels. Might do it then. Just to have those in the middle. Actually, no. No. We shouldn't watch Solo. There's a spoiler in that one.
I need to watch Rogue One, Solo.
In Solo, there is a Clone Wars spoiler. So,
Okay.
I don't know if we should, or we could really just stop before that happens. So, it's at the end of the movie. So, literally at the end of the movie, like the last scene. So, literally, we just don't watch that last scene. So, you don't get spoiled.
I knew it. Shorty's in my chat right now.
Fucking short. Why
And
would
he
What?
was like, he must have noticed Star Wars for some reason. Because he appeared the
just-
moment I talked
just like
about
we started Star Wars, like, I sense a disturbance. I sense a disturbance in the podcast industry. It's as if somebody is talking about Star Wars behind my back, and I'm not there. Alright. So,
So it's like I'm debating joining B. So I think it meant TNA or eating something.
dude, if he's gonna have to do that, I'm gonna have to jump into the other fucking podcast, like the other scene, just to fucking do that. His thing is still up, so technically it would still work. It'd be fine. Like it's already set up, ready to go. It just had the flip scene, so you can actually see him talk to. But anyway,
Bah!
I want to go and start.
I'm not doing
With
that
this.
hard part.
Yeah, I mean you don't need to. Well, technically you do. You'd have to make another one for him. But anyway, so let's go and start this off. We decided to watch in not chrono. We started. Yeah. What is it? Film release
Tough
order.
words.
That's the word. Yeah. Sorry, I'm tired. My mind isn't all there. Okay. And for some reason, I'm having a weird issue lately where I can't talk for too long because I just run out of breath. Anyway.
Yeah,
But,
maybe go out and jog a little bit.
Oh, fuck you. Don't talk. Anyway.
I was actually walking today.
Well, look, I'm not gonna talk. I mean, I'm not gonna freaking like walk around when it's like 80 to 90 something degrees outside, which is about 20. What is that for you?
I don't know. I don't speak
25
Fahrenheit.
plus, 24 plus. So around there.
Oh, Shorty lost power a few days ago. That's sad.
Damn. Basically, anything above 25, I think, or maybe it is
His case
25.
is voting right now. He wanna join this talk about the will it be sequels? Oh wait, what would it be?
What?
Wait, what would the original three be? Because they're in the middle of everything. Because the
The original?
pre-sequels,
The original, just original
Yeah.
trilogy.
yeah, but it would be like in order. It would be pre-sequels.
No,
This is confusing.
no, just original, prequel, and sequel.
Yeah.
Because you have the original trilogy
kinda
that came out first, the prequel comes before, and the sequel takes place after.
Yeah, which is sad.
Anyway, so here we are. We're going to go and start off with the fact that we wanted to watch in release order, which is what I just said. Originals, then the prequels, then the sequel, which is basically, again, release order when they came out. Because that is the way you should watch. Don't, if you're going to have somebody watch Star Wars for the first time, don't go prequel, original, sequel. I know you're going to want to go by the number. Don't go by the number. Go 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. That is the order you should go.
Which is kind of weird.
It's weird, but that is how Lucas decided to make it. So just
What-
go in that
What
order.
I heard, it was that when Lucas wanted to make Star Wars, the first three or the prequels, was that he wanted more effects for those movies than what was available at the time, which is kind of
In a
makes sense.
sense that, I mean, that was like one of the reasons is like, yeah, he wanted to have more effects. So, you know, it just technology back then wasn't advanced enough. But at the same time, when it came to the first Star Wars film, I don't know if he had anything at the time, but I mean, granted, you know, they were written on a film basis. They were not written at the same, right before they were all filmed. Like some people keep thinking for some stupid reason, like, oh, there's these weird continuity issues. It's like, I mean, they did it one at a time. They writ it on a film basis. Because 4 was written, then 5 was written, then 6 was written as it was being made. And at the time when
Well,
4
you
was being
do,
written, it wasn't even called 4. It was just Star Wars. It didn't have a number.
New Hope.
The first 3 was literally that, just Star Wars: New Hope, Star Wars: Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars: Return of the Jedi. There were no numbers involved. And then when the prequels came out, that's when they started throwing numbers at it.
Yeah, because they kind of had to just like, oh, by the way, this is the 4, 5, and 6 technically, but you see,
Yeah, Star Wars is
it's
weird.
not.
But yeah. So we started doing that.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and begin our lovely
I mean, or
adventure.
do we want to wait for Shorty if we want to join or no? Yeah, Shorty's in general, by the way.
Okay. Let's get his house in here.
Let's see if I can I move him yet?
You can try. You should be able to. Pretty sure I gave you the permission.
You terrible as fucking owner.
I gave you the damn permission.
Yes, and I can't move him.
I don't understand why not.
I don't know either.
God's sake, stupid damn permissions.
Maybe you need to do it differently for voice channels. Different permissions.
I don't. Maybe I don't know. I'm pretty sure. Hold on here. Let me go ahead and switch it over here. So now we have the. Oh, there we go. Now we have it to where it's the other podcast scene. Thank you, Shorty, for making my change.
Oh, don't worry about setting everything up. Here too long.
It's kind of too late.
Well,
Oh, he has already prepared. He has
It's already
everything
prepared. It's already for the first time ever. I actually have everything already prepared. So I literally just switch scenes, and you're good to go.
It's like he
It's like I'm a
knew
whole
you-
nother person.
What did you
Okay.
do with Nexus?
what
We
I was
shall
gonna
not
say is, speaking
speak.
of Star Wars, I was at Walmart today and they were clearancing out some of the Rise of Skywalker Lego sets. So I got Poe's X-wing for $50 and then the Y-wing for 40.
Cute.
Ooh.
Wait,
I need to watch Rise of Skywalker or the last Star Wars.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, we're just got to wait until we get to the sequel trilogy so you can just be awed and how terrible. Because to me, I think it's terrible. But you know, that's me.
I mean, first one in sequel is good. Second one was like,
First one wasn't even that great.
Well, okay,
It was
no,
like
the first
a
one was still
mediocre Star Wars
pretty.
movie.
Well, I mean, granted, it's literally just a copy paste. It's literally the fourth movie.
Yeah, and that was it made, but they made it a little bit kind of more modernized. So it was like, this is actually good for what it is now. Cause think about it. If Lucas had the stuff they used for that movie back then, it probably New Hope would probably have destroyed almost any movie then. Because what we have now is very different from the 70s.
Mm.
So basically, it's just a remaster of 4
Except
remake.
not as good.
No, it's not as good, but it's good in its own sense because it's
Okay,
like,
now you should have permissions to move people.
okay, can we see if I can move him?
Okay, just you test and well, hold on. We'll bring you back if so. We just need to test this.
Nope, I can't move him.
God damn it! I changed up the mod. Maybe I need to change your actual role. I changed your mod role, so I don't know.
He's so broke.
I don't know. Just fucking
This is
Discord.
Discord.
Anyway,
But yeah,
let's
also,
go ahead
so
and get
how the
into
fuck did
this.
it come that you came at the moment we started talking about Star Wars?
Like I said, he sensed a disturbance.
I know you fucking threw him out. And nope, I can't move him.
No, I'm actually on my PC. My PC was booting up.
Mm-hmm.
Good, good boy.
Okay. So, now, let's go ahead and begin our conversation then. Now, let's get back to OBS. There we go.
About Wi-Fi is a terrible movie. What?
What? Well, not this one. This one's actually kind of nice. So,
Guys, LeBron James just got added to Fortnite.
let's not speak about that travesty here.
We may speak about trash a lot, but like
We have
have
standards. We have standards. We don't talk about that level of trash.
we may talk trash, but we have standard trash.
Yeah. All right. So, as I've been trying to start this conversation, Star Wars, a crazy thing that for some reason blew up in theaters overnight. Not really. I mean, it probably took a bit longer. I don't really know the story. But anyway, so yeah, some crazy guy's vision. I'm going to call him crazy because we saw the prequels. So, God damn it. All right. So we start here with A New Hope, because again, that is the order we decided to go with. And I took notes for every damn little thing that showed up. I swear to God. Like, literally nitpicking type of notes. I don't know why I did, but I did. It's fucking weird. So, New Hope basically starts us off with a ship being under attack, because why the hell not? I'm not going to explain the whole damn story here, but I'm just saying. So,
A long time ago, galaxy far, far away.
da, 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 da. Anyway. Alright.
Basically, if you just point out that you spoiled half the movie in the beginning.
I mean, that's kind of the thing with text scrolls. It's like, just don't. I mean, it doesn't really. It kind of just sets up what's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's because without any previous knowledge, just going into it, you already understand what's happening. So it gets rid of a lot of exposition that
By
a lot of
expositioning,
movies force into the movie.
if
through,
it
like,
gets rid of
flashbacks and
exposition by
such.
expositioning.
Yes, it expositions for the first like 3 minutes of the movie, and that's it.
Meh.
Unless you play Lego Star Wars, because then it definitely spoils like half the fucking level.
True, because every damn episode has one.
Like, oh, this is happening. Like, okay,
Cool.
good.
So, the whole story of A New Hope is basically of a princess on the run, who eventually gets captured, and a random farmer boy who for some reason is added into the story with no reasons as of yet. I mean, they have reasons later, but in this case, no reasons for him to be even added whatsoever yet. He's just there. Like, oh, hey, cool. You know, some droids show up. Buy some droids. Decides to buy some droids for, I don't really know one of the reasons. I know one of them's for translation, because one of them can translate. And then the other one...
2 units can also, like, drive ships and stuff, so, like, supply runs, things like that.
I mean, yeah, but I'm saying, like,
It's like,
in that case, you know, their case, why they wanted them, they never said. They just mentioned they wanted 3PO, but...
R2?
No, they
wanted
didn't want...
They wanted a protocol droid to help around the house.
Yeah, they just wanted that for...
It's kind of like a servant, almost.
Well, that, and
And
also,
then-
again, translation, because, you know, he asked if he could speak Bocce. See, I know my lore. Yeah. He asked if he can speak Bocce, and he's like, yeah, you know, I speak, what, 7 million, or is it 6 million? I don't know the fucking thing he says.
He speaks
Point
too
is,
many
he
languages.
speaks a shit ton of languages. So it's like, okay, yeah, sure, we'll get this guy. And he's like, okay, we'll pick up this droid. And it's some random red droid. It's like, okay, we're gonna take him. R2's just staying with Jawas. Which, by the way, Jawas, freaky as fuck guys, man. I mean, come on, you just see a droid going down the desert. Fucking shock that guy. Like, nope, he's mine now. Gotta take this droid and go sell him. Make some money. All right, I see how it is.
Yeah.
Which they don't really seem
I
very
mean-
legal. They really do not. I mean, granted, it's Tatooine. Everything's legal, but seriously,
I mean, slavery was still legal, so I don't think stealing is above the residents.
I mean, pretty much. But basically, we go around with that. Again, picks a random ass droid. I still find it. I don't know why. It still makes it funny for me that every time, it's just every time I see that, where you just have the random droid come out and just like boom, just freaking something explodes in it, just like something fries, and it just like does that. I'm just like, fucking
R2
goddamn.
actually did that.
Nope. Well, yeah, but I'm saying in the beginning it was the red droid, the red
Yeah,
astromech.
no, R2 messes with the droid and makes it explode.
You know, no. I mean, probably in the beginning, sure, but at that point, he didn't do anything.
No, that's the whole reason it exploded was because R2 modified it. Or, like, messed with the droid.
Don't think I saw at that point.
I swear I saw something where, like, R2 like, messes with the droid.
I mean,
or
probably on the actual,
something messes
like,
with the droid.
I forget what it's called, but the vehicle, you know, probably when they were, like, getting transported, but not during that point, like, you know, beforehand to stop it from going forward so he could actually be with 3PO. Like, no, he didn't. That didn't happen. He was actually being left behind. You can see, like, he was actually, you know, whining because he's like, oh, hey, I'm getting left behind. You know, don't leave me here with these guys.
Don't leave me.
So he wouldn't make that kind of deal if he went ahead and took care of it himself. So something happened. Point is, that stuff happened. It's like, okay, yeah, just take this droid's word for it, get the other droid, let's go. Stuff happens. But, yeah. Like I said, I'm not going to go into the whole plot of this movie. If nobody's seen Star Wars by now, go watch fucking Star Wars. It's on Disney Plus. It's not that much money. And, you know, you got the entire series. Yeah, sure, fine. But I'm saying Disney Plus is still worth getting. It is a ton of good stuff. Good stuff. And you have group watch on anyway, so that actually is kind of nice. Which everything's getting group watch these days. But
Yeah.
alright. Look, so I'm gonna go into the plot, because we'd be here for God knows how long. But I'm gonna mention some stuff.
Far away.
I'm gonna mention a few things here. Okay, I'm gonna skip some of these notes I made, because some of these were just nitpicks. That I noticed. So, let's see. Wait, what? The fuck is this about? Oh, because R2 was almost non-existent. That's what I just said. I was like, what is this note? R2 was almost non-existent. I guess that's what I meant, because it's like R2 was not even relevant for a minute there. Alright. And funny enough, the Disney, I don't know if they fixed it by now, but the subtitle said RDD2. Don't know, I just thought that was funny. That the subtitles at one point said RDD2. I'm like, that's not his name. Okay. So basically, again, the whole point of this story, it's like I said, random farmer boy, he gets these droids, and then and one of the droids just, yeah, that's it in the movie. That's it. But God damn it, dude. Okay, so he gets these droids, and one of them is very rebellious because, well, you know, he has this mission to do because the princess gave him plans to blow up a space station. And which, before I get into that, when he basically trying to take off the restraining bolt, Luke was trying to take off the restraining bolt from R2D2, plays the dang message, and of course Luke has the hots for Leia, and it's just like, for somebody randomly watching at first, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. For us, we're like,
Oh,
should anybody tell him? Should we tell him? I don't know if he should do that. Yeah. Anyway, so we go off, and R2 is a rebellious guy, so he takes off. They go into a desert, and I guess I'm explaining the plot. Fuck it, I'm doing freaking a bridge plot. Take off in the desert, do all that crap, get beat up by sand people. This is a bridge plot, so I'm not saying everything's perfectly how it went, but let's just go ahead and go for that. I want to see somebody animate the way I'm saying this, because I want to see this.
Basically, fucking Family Guy bringing up.
No, he technically did get attacked by sand people. He did. They showed up and they did actually attack him.
Imagine getting attacked by sand people.
Yeah, with that big staff. I just thought of some worse things to say, and I ain't saying it. So, anyway, random thing to note when it comes to these Star Wars movies, they changed a lot over the years, because they had the original version that was made in theaters, and then they went through multiple variations because they wanted to change the quality.
Like highlighting all the different changes George Lucas made.
Well, it's not even that Lucas made, it's just like multiple different.
Were just just random things that Lucas changed throughout the years.
I guess, but from what I'm guessing, Disney Plus uses the Blu-ray version, like when it came to Blu-ray.
Probably.
So I think that's one that they're using. But anyway, so we got that, and then they meet the wizard Ben Kenobi. I'm saying that because they literally called him a wizard in the movie. Like that, okay. Just wait till we get to the prequels, because that is a phrase said I don't know how many times in the first movie. But yeah, so we got that going on. Something I actually want to know, was 3PO driving the land speeder? Because he was in the driver's seat. Like, was he driving?
Aren't they automatic?
No, you drive him. Was he driving? Because I don't know. I think he was. He was in the driver's seat. Then again, it could be a UK type of deal, because you know where it's like the passenger side is, or for us anyways, the driver.
It's left-sided driving.
Yeah, but in the land speeder, was it the left side or the right side?
Don't know.
I don't know.
3PO was driving.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Kind of seems weird. Fucking Luke, you lazy ass bastards. You're a land speeder. All right. Okay. So basically, we go through all that, and Ben saves the guy. Luke mentions a name, gives freaking Ben nostalgia shit. Freaking puts on nostalgia glasses. Has PTSD flashbacks of the war, that kind of thing. Okay. Then randomly gives Luke a lightsaber, which I think is the worst idea possible. You just gave a random kid with no training, nothing, a tool that can cut through anything except for other lightsabers. Good job.
And apparently, sir, and apparently not what's it called.
What's it called? Shit.
They say so much in
Star
Mandalorian.
Wars nerd. What is the name of the
Best
Mandalorian? There we go.
I said it, and Sweet just kept talking.
I couldn't hear you either. That's okay. Well, yeah, I can't cut through that either because it's the strongest dub metal. But it's densest, I think. But anyway, so denser than tungsten. All right. Anyway, so basically does that. I don't think it's a good idea. Which Robot Chicken took it as a more funnier way because they did it the right way, where it's like, oh hey, he gets the lightsaber and cuts off 3PO's arm. Actually, no, I think Lego game did that because he was playing around with it and he cut off 3PO's arm. No, it wasn't Robot Chicken, it was a Lego game. That kind of makes better sense. And I gotta say, the actor for Ben at the time, Alec Guinness, god damn, is he a good actor. I don't know why, it's like, he actually seemed like he was doing the best out of everyone there in the entire movie.
I
Like,
he's
sure,
the
Ben
only
also was
one,
good,
aside
but
from like Harrison Ford with like formal acting experience.
I think pretty much. I mean, I think Mark said that was his first time. But no, like in an actual movie production. I think he's been TV shows before that. Like a little pop-up stuff because it wasn't as
Yeah,
popular.
there hadn't been anything big like that.
Yeah. So,
I felt like Mark or Hamill fell off the earth after the Star Wars movies.
No, he's been very prevalent in like voice acting.
I mean, sure.
Yeah, but it's like voice acting. I don't focus too much on. So it's like he just.
Well, I'll say
disappeared.
basically afterwards, like, for when I remember, he was picked up to do the Trickster in the Flash TV show back then. Like, it was like the main thing next that he did was to be the Trickster. Was, you know, just a close, but not exactly Joker yet. It's like a little close. It was kind of like that. And then I think he said he was like trying to do some type of like, I don't know, just like that type of voice in a way. And somebody kind of heard it and wanted him to try out for no. Wait. What was it? He's trying to try out for Riddler, I think, is what he said. And then they said no, he was going to be Joker because of the way his voice was.
Yeah, he did Chucky, he did the Joker.
Oh,
and
Chucky, yeah,
Batman.
he did Chucky.
He did Firelord Ozai.
He did Chucky.
So Firelord Ozai was a big one.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, but
And then
now it's
he
giving way
did
hard.
The guy that made the suit in Invincible.
See, now you're just spoiling things for me. Anyway.
That's not even spoilers. It's literally in the first episode.
I haven't watched any of it.
It's like 20 minutes into the episode.
I don't care. It's a spoiler. Any cast person is a spoiler for me because I like to be surprised on who's in a show.
Well, I'm sorry. Just
Damn
erase
spoiler.
The past minute from your memory.
We'll see if I do that when I fall asleep later. Okay.
Please
So
just give him a
let's
bomb
keep on
line.
going with the story. So basically, Ben's getting too old. He decides to offer Luke, it's like, hey, or actually, no, basically, R2 shows off the message that, Leia left behind. And then he's like, oh, hey, come with me. Hey, I knew your dad. Yeah, that's cool. Just come along. You're totally the same way. Let's go. Let's do this whole thing. And he's like, nah, I can't do that. I gotta be a farmer. Farmers are a better way to do things. That is, forgot to mention this. He doesn't live with his parents because, reasons we explain later. If you haven't watched Star Wars yet. Lives with his aunt and uncle. They're dead now. Because for some stupid reason, just burn the place. That's what the stormtroopers did. Which I had to bring up a line of, what is it? Only Imperial stormtroopers are so precise. Because he's, they're like, oh, who killed these Jawas? It must have been like the Sand people. Like, no, it has to be stormtroopers because, only they are so precise. Like, Ben, are you okay? Is your old age getting to you? Because I don't think you know.
Honestly, stuff like that just seems like modifications to the story, inconsistencies.
No, that was an original line.
No, but how
I've
the
seen-
stormtroopers were originally portrayed, and then how they were portrayed later on. With like in the Mandalorian, you have like the two sand troopers
Well, yeah,
trying
sure,
to
but
shoot a thing for like. 3
well,
minutes
that
and
was
then
just
it was
them
dead.
jumping on the joke. But it in reality, it was the actual thing, because even every single segment of the first movie, they could not hit anyone. The only time they did was on that ship. Everywhere else, nowhere else did they ever hit anyone. You could see as they're escaping away on the Millennium Falcon, they don't even hit them. They, even when they're trying to shoot them down when they're in the ships, could not hit them. Go in, when they're in the Death Star and they're firing at them like maybe 2 or 3 times where it happens, never hits them. Fucking terrible at shooting. So Ben, what the hell is wrong with you? I'm pretty sure your old age is getting to you, man, or your dementia or something, because they are not that good.
It's like they got downgraded from Imperial, Imperial troops they were back in the day to what the fuck are you now?
I don't know.
They bought the wrong version.
Pretty much. They freaking got rid of the good troopers and just like settled with random people from. It's like, oh hey, you want to be a stormtrooper? Sure. All right, come through the training. What training? Yeah, you're right. Just go and take this suit of armor, take this gun. You're good to go. You don't need no training.
It's basically what Star Wars shows, or Lego Star Wars, you know, the secret room where they take a bath. Does it was imagine what they actually do every time they, instead of training, they're sitting in a bath somewhere or
Yeah, pretty much.
just relaxing.
Okay. So basically after that, you know, looks like, all right, cool. Might as well go. I have no filming now. Let's go. Go off to Mos Eisley, and, you know, stormtroopers are there, and Ben shows off his, you know, Jedi mind trick and everything. Which I have to ask, how does that work when he only tricked one stormtrooper? He only tricked one of
He
them.
only tricked one.
Hmm?
Who said he only tricked one?
I'm pretty sure he only did. That's the thing.
So technically,
Granted,
needed
you
to
could
just pick one.
speculate, but I'm pretty sure he only tricked one of them, and there were like 2 or 3 other troopers around him.
Yeah, but
No one else
he tricked,
questioned. Yeah, no, I'm saying,
commander.
okay, fine, but my point is, like, you know, no one else questioned the commander's logic in that, because I don't know what their ruling is, but at least here, you know, if you think that a commander in general is like unfit or cannot, I guess, govern it right, you know, you can do something about that. Point is, yeah, I'm pretty sure you only tricked one of them, and no, the other ones didn't even say shit. Just like, oh, like, hey, I just see identification. No, you don't need to see his identification. Okay, you don't need to see that. These aren't droids you're looking for. All right, they're not. No one else says, like, okay, sure, just go and let them on. No identification.
but
We've been
remember, they
identifying.
have a little
We've been
bit of a
IDing
different-
everyone else that's coming into this port, but these guys, nah, let them through. Okay.
Yeah, but remember, they also have a different kind of leadership, so you could get shot for questioning your boss. Or choked.
Specifically, if you're underneath Vader, you will always get choked if you question anything.
Like, why did you put the shows there? What did you say?
Yeah. So you basically go on with that. They go into a cantina where droids aren't allowed because, woohoo, you know, had to have some type of speciesism, I guess you could say. Can't really say racism, it'd be speciesism in this case.
They're not really
If you counted droids as species, I mean, you might as well, because they have a sense of intelligence and sentience.
It depends on what droid.
Okay, we're not getting into this topic of are robots and droids and anything, are they considered people? We're not getting into that topic
But
today.
I would say when it comes to
That's a long one.
like, no, here's the thing. C-3PO is definitely a more humanoid and more functional one. But like, say, a repair droid maybe isn't like, doesn't have the same intelligence. It's built to just repair stuff.
All right, but I'm saying with them in general. I mean, you don't really know that. I mean, they all have their own type of intelligence when it comes down to it. I mean, hell, they have their own little language bits, and I mean, you can't say that about R2 either, because I mean, he obviously is intelligent. I mean,
He
and I
curses,
have,
okay?
yeah, I have my own headcanon that every time he talks, he's basically swearing up and down like crazy. Because God, does that man just go nuts?
Yeah.
He's a crazy
And
little
you just
droid.
hear C-3PO every time, like a lot. Like that's kind of rude, R2.
Yeah, he just keeps saying stuff like, you know, that's kind of rude. Like, oh, don't say that. Like, yeah, he's definitely swearing like crazy, man. Like a sailor. And then one thing I don't understand is that the whole like famous thing, like, okay, so basically they go into there trying to find a pilot, and you know, eventually they find one, you know, Han and, well, you can't really say Chewie. I mean, sure, he's the co-pilot, but whatever. You know, Chewbacca, you got that. The walking carpet. Get into that later. So basically find them and like, okay, sure, we'll pay you an extremely ton of money that, you know, they don't have. Go for that. And then they mention the whole thing like, you know, hey, you know, it made Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs when I have a problem with that phrase. I got a problem with that phrase.
Mm-hmm.
What, do you know what a parsec is?
Would you like them to spend 20 minutes of the movie explaining how space travel works precisely to literally in detail?
No,
Yes.
do you know that a parsec is a measure of distance, not time? So if you're saying if it made the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs, you're basically saying that you only went 12 parsecs. And that's all that the Kessel Run is. It's not a measure, it's not time, it's distance. That's what a parsec is. So it's like, that's not right.
The whole thing about it was he skips parsecs by going risky routes instead of.
Sir, I've seen
going
Solo, I
around.
know things. I've seen
So
Solo.
it's implied that it's at least impressive by piloting standards.
Meh, whatever. Anyway. That was written later. That was written. If we're going by your excuses, that was written later, so we're not gonna count
But
it.
it's still implied that it's impressive.
I guess, but I'm just gonna go by, you know, at this time, the movie was made and everything. Okay, not gonna go with that one. Here's something that kind of annoys me, cause then basically when they're getting ready to go and Han goes off to, or tries to go off to set the ship up, you then get a bounty hunter, Greedo. Then we have, you know, their whole talk about Jabba, you know, like, oh, hey, you find out Han owes money, stuff like that, to a crime mob boss, in a sense. And, why Disney? Why you gotta ruin things?
Was it
The
Disney
whole
that did
idea,
that?
it was Disney, I think.
Oh.
The whole thing, obviously, is Han shoots first. Because the whole idea is that he shoots and then Greedo shoots upward. Because, like, you know, he gets shot like he shoots. Because, you know,
Oh, that
he was
wasn't
going
even
to.
Disney. That was Lucas himself.
Nope, that was Disney.
No, that was Lucas.
Nope.
I actually was
I
very
know.
sure because I think this was an early one before even Disney was involved. But I think it was that when he was released, people felt like it was wrong that Han shot first because
I mean, why would it be? He's
the good guy.
So? Han's not a good
People were
guy.
offending the
He's a
70s too.
smuggler. He's a smuggler.
think
Smugglers
people-
aren't good guys. He's a freaking
Yeah, but
trash
here's the
guy.
issue.
He is in no way a hero.
Yeah, but here's the issue. The nerd side of Star Wars back then probably didn't give a fuck, but it's the critics that
Ah, screw the
does.
critics. They're not heroes.
Yeah, that's
Or he's not a hero.
yeah. Yeah, but
I
he's
mean,
still the kind of good
whatever.
guy, and
Point
that's
is, they changed it afterwards to show that Greedo shoots first and then Han shoots. Which clearly just shows that Greedo from a point blank distance is a horrible shot. Which
he
is
probably worked with the stormtroopers.
yeah, I'm about to say he should probably join the stormtroopers. He'd
no,
make a
he's dead, he
fine.
can't.
Well, I'm saying beforehand he should have enlisted.
No,
He would have
or
done a
he
fine
was
job.
enlisted, and then he got kicked out, became a bounty hunter. I still can't kill.
Yeah, it's just all the worst. Why do I have this quote? Oh, I have this fucking quote. Wait, hold on. Okay, I think it's There's this quote I have here that says, "Even I get bored sometimes." I'm like, why do I have that quote?
What quote?
Even I get bored sometimes. Okay, it was basically when Han was talking to Jabba. He said that even I get bored sometimes. Like, I guess it just sounds a little sexual if you think about it. I don't know. Oops, oh god, I flung up the freaking notes. Jesus Christ. Okay. So anyway, we go off and talk about all that crap. Stuff happens, blah blah blah. Jabba shows up. Han calls him a
Remember
human
we told
being,
them we wouldn't
apparently.
talk about the whole movie.
I decided I'm
We're
going to.
talking about the whole movie.
I decided I'm going to. Because I'm abridging it and I'm making it fun. Somebody animate this shit. Alright. And then you go ahead and, I don't know, some other stupid... I can't remember the whole movie word for, or, you know, like, detail for detail. But, something I find kind of funny enough is, like, the whole Leia thing and Han and Han. Which, of course, you know, Lucas's thing of that's like, oh, you know, just like a, you know, region-based thing. So, you know, you say it differently, like, okay, sure.
I think it's Leia.
Go for it.
That sounds more.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
Leia
basically just a way you say it, you know, wherever you're from in the galaxy in this case. You know, just like, you know, different regions, you know, you say it differently. So, yeah. Just different people say it in that
I mean,
case.
it's the same thing in like, because my name is pronounced differently in Swedish than it's in English.
Yeah. So anyway, we go off on that. You know, they go to Alderaan on that, and Han's grand maneuver is to go ahead and quote Family Guy. And this one is listing lazily to the left. You know, they'll never see that coming. So, go on to do that. Ends up... Basically, anyway, they go off, they get to the Death Star, all that stuff happens. I'm not gonna bother with these notes anymore, because honestly, these are... It's taking so much fucking time. Hold on. Let me just see if there's anything worth talking about before I move on. Yeah, I'll go with that one. Okay. So, do we want to keep talking about the plot, or we just want to talk about what we thought? Because now that I'm thinking about it, it's going to take too much time.
Was that we were going to talk about what we thought, but you started talking about the plot instead.
I don't know. I mean, what do you want to talk about when it comes to... Okay, look, we'll just say this. First Star Wars movie, it's definitely something. I mean, you think, I mean, hey, it's good.
Basically, this is just like the first fucking hour. I think, is it 2 hours long?
It's like 2...
I don't even think it's 2 hours.
Pretty sure it's 2.5. I don't know. You can look it up. Look up New Hope runtime.
I'm opening Disney Plus.
It doesn't matter. I mean, you could just
2
look.
hours and 5 minutes.
There you go. So
including
What did he
credits,
say?
it's just over 2 hours.
2 hours, 5 minutes. So we'll just say 2 hours. Okay. So basically, we have all that. Like I said, with this movie, basically it's just like to shorten down everything I just said, it's basically about some random farmer boy finding a wizard, finds 2 smugglers, goes off into space, thinks a moon is, or, you know, basically just thinking they're going to a moon, not a space station, blah, blah, blah. There's that quote. And yeah, basically tries to save a princess, starts to fail miserably. You know, the wizard decides to off himself to become a ghost, because boo. Don't fucking know why that was ever a thought. I mean, I get the reasoning behind it. It's like, oh, hey, you know, to help Luke in the future, like, it's better to help him that way than being the way he was. It's like an easier way to help.
Instead of helping actually become a good and train him yourself, nah, I'm gonna kill myself and let a green fucking goblin help him.
I mean, granted, he still had, I mean, if you read the lore, he still had some little bits of help from him as a ghost, but Not by much.
Yeah, it's like, oh, by the way, go here. Like, okay,
Yeah. I don't think he was ever able to physically manifest before. He only, like, talked to him. That's about it. Actually, no, that doesn't make any damn sense. Because I was thinking about, like, maybe it was only Dagobah. It's like a place that's strong in the Force, but no, he showed up on Hoth, so never mind. Alright. Anyway. Point is, they have to go do that stuff, and yeah, that's kind of most of the movie. I mean, granted, yeah, they have a space battle afterwards when they get back to blow up the Death Star. Fun stuff happens. Movie is just like, okay, I mean, honestly, you can really explain the plot just fine. Just like it has a huge, cult following. I don't know much to say about it. It's a good movie. It's nice. It doesn't drag on too much. A little bit. Pacing is fine, I guess. The one thing I love about it, the visual effects, because it's one of the first, if not really the first, movies that really go crazy in like computer graphics. Because I mean, all they mainly do, I'm not gonna go into the whole spiel of how they did it, but they made their own models and everything, and they just like made I'll call it a blue screen, but it's a whole other way of how they did it. It's crazy stuff.
So basically, Star Wars was the beginning of what we have today.
God, yeah. It was like really cool. Mainly practical effects, which is, just like actually doing physical stuff rather than doing computer, because they didn't have the technology to do that back then. But really cool stuff. So, I don't know. Any other thoughts you got on the first movie?
Happily ever after.
Yeah, Chewie
right?
doesn't get a medal. Because that's... You ever thought that was fucked up? That everyone else got a medal, but he didn't?
Who?
Chewie?
Didn't Chewie get a medal?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Didn't get
That's
one.
sad.
He did not get one. That was kind of funny.
I don't think anyone dared to go close to him. That's the issue.
Well, I'm sure he would have been fine with it. If somebody gave it to him.
Would, but the issue is, you see a guy that can rip your arms off, and you're gonna be like,
Just give it a Han then. Give it a Han. He'd give it to him later. I don't know. Since I decided to take most of the first movie, you want to explain the second one then?
trash,
going your way?
trash. Great ending. Like
Honestly, okay. Here's the thing when it comes down to it, though.
there's like here's the issue. It's the Hoth battle and the end of the movie where they have a little bit of a lightsaber fight at the end. That's the good part of the whole movie. The rest is just like politics. It's like, should we do this or should we not do this? Like,
Yeah.
okay.
I'll say this when it comes down to it. I don't understand why is it I didn't even talk about the other thing before. I'll come back to that quote later. Okay, but one thing I don't understand when it comes to it is that everyone says that Empire is the best Star Wars movie. And I don't understand why they say that. Because with watching it, when we came back, when me and you watched it, I didn't feel that way. I feel like it's everyone's nostalgia glasses. That is what everybody has. They have their damn nostalgia going, like thinking like, oh, hey, all these good parts. Like, oh, hey, the crazy twist of, oh, hey, Darth Vader is Luke's father and all this other stuff.
That's the only thing that makes it good. Is it's like two parts of the movie is good. It's the Hoth battle, which is fucking amazing in its own.
Yeah, especially
that part.
Again, technologically, because the visual effects, that's like really cool.
The only big nitpick I really have with Empire is the flow of time. You never really get a good sense of how long Luke is training.
I mean, I don't think it was really that long.
Isn't
It
there
like a few days, but it really took them like weeks to get to Cloud City from Hoth.
Yeah.
Time drive was broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we want to watch like 20 minutes, as you said earlier, about like how they travel to Cloud City.
Yeah, but I mean,
or you do like Dragon Ball and just drag on fucking 10 minutes for 20 episodes.
Yeah, let's just take a whole episode for one guy to power up, and then say like, "Oh, hey, this planet's gonna explode in 5 minutes." 10 episodes later. Actually, I actually counted that. I don't know where. I need to go look to see where that is, but I actually told you how long it was because I watched that part of Dragon Ball. Because I remember that. But anyway, so everybody keeps saying that Empire is the best, but it's like you're really only focusing on the parts that you liked. You don't really consider it as a. I mean, sure, you probably do consider it as a whole, but I don't know. It dragged on too much. The pacing was all over the damn place. It dragged on way too much. There's all these parts that just like kept going and going. Like, okay, you can cut, man. You don't have to keep showing this. Nothing is being gained by you showing this part of the movie.
Yeah. Also, we need to find the in between stuff. Also, the stories in between, the short stuff, like
What?
the comics.
I mean, I guess, but I mean,
I'll not read it.
make sure
I
you can
wanna
do
see-
that.
Yeah, because
Well,
I wanna-
okay, it kind of depends, really. I mean, on
Comics are you planning on reading? Only one that I know of that's like super popular and that's considered canon is like the Vader comics.
I would know because I haven't read a single comic. I read, I don't know the guy's name, but I read the character books, like the Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader book, the Obi-Wan book, and the Luke book. So, and also the Darth Maul book that came out a few years later. So, I've read those. Those are good, and they show a lot of what happened in between times, like in between movies, and before movies even came out. Like Obi-Wan and Anakin ones, like before Episode 1 came out. Anyway, so not really much we can say about Empire. Again, Hoth battle, great battle. It's actually kind of nice to watch, and you see like all the practical effects will make it look nice because of all that, and also it's stop motion. That's cool.
And then again, lightsaber.
Most of it's a
yeah.
blur. Most of it's pretty much a blur after that. Then you get to the lightsaber duel. Good lightsaber duel because it's better than just smacking saber against saber like the first movie. Just
I mean, there's a lot of that was just like having to deal with the practical effects.
I mean, yeah,
So
that's kind of what
that
they
they
had to
were
do.
working with.
I mean, yeah,
It's
but
like
that's kind of the best part. I mean, even these
No,
days, it's
the,
better to
the
use
first
practical than
movie.
to use CGI.
No, I'm talking about the only way they were able to actually do the lightsabers for the first movie was
Well-
like these film things that were spinning, reflecting the light back at the camera so they could actually trace back over it with the color.
It's just reflective strip. It's not anything spinning.
No, it actually was spinning, and it was ridiculously fragile, and they were afraid that they were going to break them multiple times during that short fight scene on the Death Star.
It's not
I mean,
what
kind
they
of.
use, but whatever. Okay. I don't know what you're reading your
Yeah.
information from, but that is not what I was said. I'm going off of like some other deals and what actually Mark Hamill has said, that it was just like an actual visual effect tapes and everything where they have just literal reflective tape and other bits of that where they kind of just like rotoscoped it out and gave it like a full thing. Tracking by hand. Jesus Christ. Anyway, we're not getting into the technical bits of what they did. I said that before. But yeah, that's pretty much all for the Empire.
Ensemble, guys.
Yeah.
Everything gets nerdy.
Oh, for sure. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Not really much to say about
then
Empire.
and now we get into the more interesting movie, which Shorty can tell us about.
Yeah, you want to start talking about Return of the Jedi there, buddy?
I just want to start this off by saying at the beginning, Luke's plan makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, I think we mentioned it, like it doesn't make like. I think we talked about this somehow. I don't know why, but I felt like something felt like it. What? How did that work? Like, it felt like he should have known this from beginning.
So like
I actually lost what part we're talking about.
very
The
of
beginning,
the
you know,
movie.
Jabba's
Oh,
palace.
and for some reason, I don't know. why for some reason it just like blanked in my mind. I'm like, wait, how the beginning of the movie start? For some reason, it blanked in my head. I don't know why. Like, how was the beginning of the movie again? I'm like, oh yeah, Jabba, right. I just blanked because it literally is a blank. It's just like, oh hey, this happened. We had to save Han. All right, cool. By the way, yeah, last movie, Han, President Carbonite. Cool. Go back to this. I don't know how either. How the hell did he think that was gonna work? Oh hey, let's just, here's some droids. I'm a Jedi Knight. The people you
It
hate.
makes absolutely no sense.
Which granted he wouldn't know that, but
Like, he sends two droids to act as distractions, I guess. So Leia, who's disguised as a bounty hunter, can free Han.
well, granted he
that
did send before
backfires.
that. They sent Lando and Chewie to be there first, and then they sent the droids, and then they sent Leia.
No, Leia.
Actually, no, Leia came with Chewie. Never mind, Leia came with Chewie. But
Yeah, she.
Lando came before that. Yeah, Lando
I
came
don't
before
know
that.
where Lando came from, but he was disguised as a Gamorrean guard.
He came. He did
Leia
consent there.
captured Chewie and gave him to Jabba,
Quote unquote
disguised as a
captured.
bounty hunter. Yeah, I did quotations with my fingers, but
Oh yeah, we can't see that.
podcast and people can't see that.
Yeah, people. Yeah, not even. Okay, people can't see that. We can't even see that. We can't see your fingers, dude. Anyway,
You don't even know if you have fingers.
that's why you say quote unquote. Yeah, you're just some random voice online. Who knows if you even have a body attached to that voice?
There isn't one. I can confirm it.
There isn't one. All right, good to know. All right. Yeah, we basically have the horrible plan.
We
Yeah.
got
Hmm?
3PO and R2 coming to Jabba's palace to say release everybody or Luke Skywalker's gonna come. And Jabba, being the the Hutt he is, he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
He just captures the droids and turns them into his own personal servants.
Well, no, Luke offered. Luke literally offered and said, "Hey, you can have these droids. They're yours. They're yours now." See, now who's blanking on movie plots?
See, I haven't watched Return of the Jedi in like, gosh, I don't even know. It's been like a couple of years.
Yeah, but like I said, basically, Luke's just like, "Oh, hey, he recorded a message. R2 played the message, and it was just saying that, somebody wanted to make a deal, and that as a show of good faith, he would give him the droids." And be like, "Oh, okay." So they, quote unquote, belong to Jabba in this case. So that all stuff happens. Luke shows up maybe day or two later after Leia's failed attempt of saving Han. Because nice job, you didn't think to check behind the curtains, did you? There were curtains sitting right there in the dark. You could see those curtains. You didn't think to check behind those, did you, to see if everybody was asleep?
Wait, I want to see. I'm gonna Google this. How long does it take to regain eyesight?
I mean that's Han, but
No, because it'll give us a time frame from when she gets captured to when Luke shows up.
wait, what?
He doesn't have eyesight.
He doesn't have eyesight the entire time they're on Tatooine. It's entirely gone. It's never been there. He's able to see light, and that's it. He's only able to see light. He can't see anything else the entire time they're on Tatooine.
No, he starts to see again on the barge.
No, he says that he's able to see just a little bit, because before all he could see was dark blur, and now he sees a bright blur, like a very big light blur. Like that. That's all he saw.
Why? Can't be because he was on a fucking planet with just a sun.
Pretty much, but two suns. But yeah.
I'm surprised there's no like given thing exactly how much she like exactly how long it was for him to get his eyesight back.
It never really explained, because after they got done with that, he eventually got it back, and they just didn't really go along with it. But anyway, yeah, she didn't check behind the curtains.
Like
Like, I mean, seriously, they were just curtains sitting there. Like, she didn't think, like, okay, before I start this, let me make sure everyone's asleep. I know there's no sound going on. Let me make sure everybody's asleep. She would have just looked behind the curtain. Everybody would have been sitting there and be like, oh, what are you guys doing? Go to sleep. She could have just, like, backpedaled her plan for a minute. But anyway, that stuff happens. She becomes a slave. This is... Yeah, okay. Anybody out there who is going to freaking try to do something, like CG strike or something, I don't freaking know, just back the hell off. Anyway, I'm saying this because for some stupid reason Disney wants to change the name of Boba's ship from Slave 1 to something else.
Just Boba Fett's starship, or something like
I know,
that.
I know. Because the ship's name is Slave 1.
Started,
I don't
with
see
the
the
new
issue with the
Lego
name. Like,
I mean, there's, as
it's just a
me and other
ship
people would
name,
say,
like,
I mean, it's a ship name, and there are slaves in that universe. They're not going
Yeah.
away. It's in that universe. It's gonna happen.
and
Also
and it
getting
doesn't.
rid
And
of,
the ship itself is not like a fucking. It's not like a fucking living mechanism. in
That,
this game,
and
it's
in the
like-
sense of, like, technology, there are plenty of things called slaves, like slave drives and slave machines, which is basically just like they are to be taken control of from something else. Like, you can have a master machine take control of a slave machine. Like, that is the technical term for it. You can't change that. So in the sense of a starship, it is Slave 1 because something is piloting it. Therefore, it is a slave ship.
I hope they
Also,
actually.
Lego has been,
Huh.
Lego and Disney have been trying to remove themselves from the name Slave Leia for a while now too. 'Cause, in the latest Lego game, I think it was like 2016 when Lego Star Wars: The Force Awakens came out. But Leia's name isn't Slave Leia, and it's Princess Leia, Jabba's palace. With Jabba's palace in parentheses.
Weak. Anyway. You know, when that stuff happens.
I mean, that part I can see the issue with because
Mm.
you know.
I'll say one thing I love about this is that in this movie, which was something that me and you agree on, Swede, is that we love seeing a darker type of Luke. And it's not like, you know, he is darker in a sense. It's more a sense that he has no problems killing.
Using both sides of the Force.
Yeah, he has no problem like choking somebody out. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, he did kill them. He either killed them or he rendered them unconscious. We don't really know. But at the very least, he was choking them out. Like, you know, I don't really care what the hell their name is, nor will I ever care. I'm just going to call them pig guards. Point is,
Gamorrean guards.
meh, who the fuck cares?
SMH my head.
They're worthless. Worthless assholes who deserve it. Anyway. So, they get choked out. And yeah, just like, hey, that's a cool thing with Luke. He doesn't care. You have freaking Jedis in the old time, it's like, oh, don't say the word death. Don't say die. Oh my god, you can't kill. That's the path to the dark side. Ah. Like, fucking hell, you idiots.
Didn't we say that? Didn't you say that Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Luke is the only one that actually is shown killing?
They're the only ones who have that we know. Mace too.
Yeah. I mean, we definitely know
Jango.
Anakin killed people.
That's an easy one.
Yoda killed quite a few clone troopers after Order 66.
Yeah, they're clones.
Yeah, but they are
Well,
close.
it's like human people.
Yeah, but cloned
So-
human people.
This doesn't matter.
Okay, look, they
See,
didn't
they're
have. Listen, they didn't have much of a personality before the Clone Wars series came out. They were all the exact
Yeah, but
same
that doesn't
thing.
change that they were still human beings.
Technically, were they
Yeah.
humans? We don't really
Within the
know if they were
universe.
humans. I'm saying like
Yes, we do.
no, I'm saying that species in general. We don't actually know if it's considered human.
Oh well, yeah, but it's
But,
a
you
living
know.
creature in the universe.
Meh.
Still being
Meh.
murdered by.
We both agree. Meh. No, I mean, okay, we get what you mean. I mean, yeah, you're right, but you know, we're just memeing. But in reality, it's just like,
Yoda's like 900 years by that point. So thinking that he's never killed a single soul,
I think it's like
I find that
890
highly
actually.
difficult to believe. Well,
Or
he's like
880.
900 before he dies.
Yeah, I think it was before 900 when that happened though. It was just like a decade or two before. Could be wrong about that. Anyway,
He's old as fuck anyway.
he's
so
still pretty old. But yeah, okay, so point is, yeah, sure, they kill. But with Luke, it's just like, hey, he really does not care. Because you can literally afterwards, when the whole thing unfolds, Rancor battle, alright, cool. But anyway, when they get onto the barges and everything, even he just like straight up says, like, hey, free us or die. He don't care. He'll kill him. He's fine
Like
with it.
3 years or die.
Like,
Right?
alright. That's, yeah, I like this look. That's a good look. Why can't they stick with this look? Never change, man. Never change.
Then he
That you
goes
do.
back to Dagobah and he's like, "You've changed. You can't do this."
Yeah, one thing I never thought about until I watched somebody who was reviewing or like reacting to these with someone who's never watched it before. Luke is a whiny bitch. Jesus Christ.
Movie, or all of them.
All. He wasn't as whiny in Return of the Jedi. He was the least better at it. But the other two, he was such a whiny bitch. Like, my God. And of course, his first line, the whole thing, like, oh, I want to go to freaking, get all the damn power converters. I'm going to touch this to get the power converters. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, God damn it, dude. Shut up.
Some power converters.
Got that, and then the whole bit of like him arguing with Han about going out to save the princess, like when they're on the Death Star. Like, yeah, he whines like fucking crazy. And then when Han decides he wants to leave because his whole purpose of being there was to help save the princess, that was his purpose. That's it, and he was getting paid for it in the end. Like, that's what he was there to do, was to get paid to do a service. He did a service, and he was going to get paid for it. Actually, he did get his payment, and he's like, all right, I'm out. And he's like, oh yeah, take care of yourself, because I know that's what you're best at. Like, shut the fuck up, Luke. Shut the fuck up.
I mean, he's not wrong.
I mean, I get it, sure. It's like, oh, hey, now we're going to go back and try to destroy the Death Star here. Like, you could join us with your ship. That could really be helpful, but nah. Point is, yeah, I mean, hey, he's allowed to leave. It's whatever. Don't be a bitch.
Yeah.
He got that. And I know we are not talking about the sequels here, but he becomes another whiny. He just reverts back to his whiny bitch face. It's just not fun.
I mean, literally get fucking depressed because he accidentally makes his Padawan evil, or he thinks he does. Like, what?
No, technically it was him.
Yeah, but it's like, what do you care? You actually killed people too. What's the issue?
Was
I
it
mean-
him, or wasn't he like coaxed by Snoke, who turns out to be Palpatine or something like that?
Don't spoil the.
Yeah, don't spoil, buddy. You haven't. Sweet hasn't seen the last episode.
Oh, well, I haven't either.
Well, then don't say anything.
Hey, no
It's
one
not
knows
me.
what's happening anyway because everyone got fuck. After the second sequel, it was like, the fuck is going on?
Well, trust me, once you watch the last movie, you'll still agree with that no one knows what the fuck is happening. Because goddamn is it all over the place.
They should have.
Daisy Ridley walked
I
into
don't-
the red carpet and she had no idea what was going on with the story.
Yeah, I want to fuck away. I think it's because. What was it? Yeah, is it James Gunn? Was it James Gunn? Who was it
What?
that made the Star Wars movies?
J.J. Abrams.
Yeah, he was making it,
Great.
and the issue was he had a set of story.
Oh, what character was that?
about
Also, who messaged
James
somebody in
Gunn
chat?
was originally supposed to direct the last Star Wars movie. And then he got
Oh,
cut out, and then Ryan Johnson
from one
was
podcast to
supposed
another.
do it, and
Well,
then
after World's podcast.
they cut him out and added JJ back as like damage control for what Ryan did with episode 8.
Wait, who's that? Mr. Bones the droid? Who is that? Do you know who that is, Shorty?
Who?
Mr. Bones the droid?
No, I got no idea.
I don't know either. have a another podcast in the chat. I said that because that's in their name. I don't actually know what that is. If they don't line me on that one. But yeah, basically, as we're talking about here, just to renote since you're just joining in. Yeah, we were talking about the original trilogy in the moment and what we thought. And we just come across a sequel thing. But
Yeah.
there's
But
some
in
else.
general, like,
Hmm.
even what people think about the prequels has its own good storyline, even if it's not the best. But the issue is, then you have the sequels, which first movie again good, and then the issue. I think the whole sequels would have been great if they had kept Abrahams that had an ID.
Well, I mean, honestly, when it came to the first sequel movie, it's just that they were trying to play it safe. Like, they didn't want to go too far with it, like, change it completely and have them be like, oh no, this isn't a Star Wars movie, which
They
it's
also had
still
an
a little
entire
issue, but
script and everything ready that they could have followed that they just didn't.
But yeah, but that
Mm,
was
debatable.
the
only
other
did they have-
producer, right? Wasn't that the other producer being like, I don't want to do that?
no, I mean, when it came to, like I said, when it came to the
Lucas-
first one,
When Lucas signed off the rights to Star Wars, he literally already had scripts and a storyline written out for the entirety of the sequel trilogy.
I mean, can you really? What the fuck? Hold on a
Because
minute.
it was supposed to be a 9-episode, 3 trilogies, and that was supposed to be the entirety of Star Wars. But he was
Oh, it's a
getting
battle
old. He was
droid.
already like 50 by the time
Hmm.
the prequels were done, and had spent like the past 30 years of his life working on Star Wars. So he
Yeah.
signed it off to Disney, and he had the entire sequel trilogy planned out, ready to go, and Disney fucked it up.
I mean, it's
Because
Disney.
I think the
literally
issue is
nothing
not
ready to
Disney fucking it up. I think the issue is that they didn't go by the script that they had. They
Yeah.
decided that because I think him probably wrote the dumbest contract, which made that he had no control at all.
Hmm.
So if he had had some control still, it probably wouldn't have fucked up because he could have said, no,
But-
this is not what it should be.
Well, see,
because
that's
he
the other problem, really, is because when it came to the original trilogy, it wasn't just Lucas. I mean, Lucas was the main visionary, sure, but there were other writers involved too to help kind of mediate. And when it came to the prequels, they kind of just threw it at Lucas, just like, hey, do your thing, go for it. This is already a big thing, go for it. And kind of shouldn't have done that. I'm not saying the prequels are bad, but they could have been better. For sure.
Yeah, with the thousand other things, yeah, that's true. But that's because Disney is trying to become like a PC, but at the same time, they just fucking that up.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, it's almost 2:15 for me. I have to wake up tomorrow morning. Before I
Yeah,
go,
and I think it's
wanted to
time
ask-
to switch topic anyway.
We
because
didn't even
don't-
finish talking about Return of the
Well-
Jedi. We skipped. Hold on, we're gonna want to finish that real quick.
Okay,
Hold on.
Okay.
We didn't even get to the dang like after the. we
Who
didn't
cares about the
even
rest of the
talk
movie?
about
We had
Jabba.
the terrible stuff. What could be so good after?
Okay, point is, we
mean,
had
it
all that
could
kind
have-
of stuff when it came to Luke. Like, I liked a bit of him like turning, like being more dark, like using both sides of it and everything. And then
So
we get to later of like,
this isn't just the entire Battle of Endor.
What?
Is there something in between Jabba's
I think
palace
there's
and the Battle of Endor?
something.
yeah, I mean, okay, I mean, yeah, I mean, they
I mean,
basically
you have the whole planning part.
then I mean,
yeah,
he
it's
goes
okay.
back to Dagobah, to
Oh,
try to
yes,
finish the
Yoda
training, but
dies.
Yoda dies, and then you have the whole spiel of from a certain point of view from Obi-Wan over there, from Ben in this case. They go, hey, I told you, Vader killed your dad. I was right. He did. By himself turning. And he is your dad. Yeah. Thanks for the confusion for some people. Don't know how it's confusing, but alright, cool. But got that going. Figure out that Leia's Luke's sister, and then you think about the previous movie. Okay. Cool.
Like, couldn't you have told me that before, or
Like
I would
before
say
they had a
that
make out
the
sesh?
deleted scene where no, that was just a deleted scene. That didn't actually happen in Empire.
No, it was in the movie.
No, that was a
The
deleted
ri-
scene.
It was in the movie.
I think it was an original. It may
No,
have
no,
been
it was
deleted.
always in the movie. Like, Leia kissing Luke. It was in the movie. It was never deleted. It was there.
Maybe they just took out some dialogue.
No, it was there.
I swear there was something about that was a deleted
The only
scene.
reason why this happened is because, again, it's made on a movie by movie basis. Because at that time of Empire, it was never supposed to be Leia being Luke's sister. There was always supposed to be somebody else. Because when Luke leaves to go face Vader the first time, Yoda says that, there is another. As in, like, there's another hope in this case. It's supposed to be somebody else, or at the very least be another Skywalker, but it was not supposed to be her. It was supposed to be somebody else. And then at that movie, they decided, okay, we'll just have it be her for the sake of, hey, she's been there this entire time. Give her some character development. But at the same time, they kind of unwittingly, I mean, I'm sure they figured that out pretty quickly. Like, you kind of just made that a little awkward.
Though, kind of makes sense, because if he had never gotten to know her, they probably would have gone further. That's the thing. If you
Okay.
take the whole thing, I'm not wrong though,
Mm-hmm.
which makes sense because. So the first part does make sense in a different way, because they're two. It's a man and a lady. And
Okay. All right, let's get out of that one conversation. But anyway, so they go off and do that, point being. But yeah, that was in between, like, Endor and Jabba was going back to there. And then they come back and do all that stuff. Yeah, it was kind of crazy, I guess. I mean, hey, I like the speeder battle. That was kind of nice. Made no sense in a couple of areas, but all right. It's cool.
yeah,
Then you get the teddy bears, which I will refuse to call them anything else. They are teddy bears. That's all the Ewoks are.
Call them something other than teddy bears.
Nah, they're fucking teddy bears. Cute, cuddly shit. Anyway. Go off and do that. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, Ewok fights are always something. Always crazy stuff. People are annoyed by them in some case. I'm not. I like them. They're fun. Okay.
the teddy bear ruins robots.
Also, again, another thing is, like, they have Luke come along with a mission, and it's all, the first thing when they get there is like, oh, he shouldn't have came because Vader's on the ship. They would sense each other. That stuff, because that's how that works. Like, yeah, you probably should have thought of that to begin with. Nice job, dingus. Because honestly, I mean, really, what all Luke is there to do is to lift 3PO up in a chair. That's it.
And then he runs off and be like, I'm gonna go kill my dad.
Well, no, he goes off to try to turn him, but yeah.
And around there, I fell asleep.
Yeah, then you fell asleep. You fell asleep in the movie. So now your
I think
input
I
is
fell
lost.
asleep in the middle of the fucking. I think I met I was so about the Evox, and then I was like, good night.
Well, I'll admit around then it
Only
dragged a little bit.
movie I've fallen asleep watching was The Avengers, and I was trying to rewatch it. Just like go through watch an MCU movie one a day,
Mhm.
and I fell asleep like halfway through the movie because it was like 4 a.m.
No, and that's your
And
fault on that one. The only movie that I think I fell asleep in like 2 or 3 movies in the theater, but my first one was Terminator Salvation, where I slept through the entire movie. And people ask me how, because it's a super loud movie and it's in the theater. That is the first one I actually fell asleep in. And it's like,
$7 to a movie to go watch, to go sleep in the theater.
and it just go pay some money to watch a movie, but instead you use it to have another place to take a nap. But I mean, I've
Sleeping
had maybe 20-30 minutes of the movie, then I fell asleep and I woke up during the credits and I was actually really mad about it. I was just like, what the hell happened? You know, my dad next to me was just like, oh, did you fall asleep? Like, yeah, I think I fell asleep the entire movie. Like, the movie's over. What happened? Like, I didn't get to see it. I had to wait till the movie came out on DVD to rewatch.
I don't know. Wait, is Salvation the fourth one?
What?
Which one is Salvation?
I don't fucking know. It's the one that whatever his name is, the guy that I don't know what his name is. No, I don't know what the actor's name is. What I'm trying to say. Basically, the guy who's in Avatar, the main character, the blue Avatar.
Yeah, I don't remember that either.
I
Are
don't
you guys
fucking
going to go through the prequels tonight?
no,
I
because
haven't watched them yet.
we haven't watched him yet.
Oh,
But anyway, as when it comes to again original trilogy though, to go off, they at least did good when it came to the lightsaber battle. They improved, I guess, because in your case of your wherever you heard that of, they were fine smacking stuff against each other then. But anyway, they had that kind of stuff.
well,
They actually
didn't
finally have a stormtrooper. They finally had a stormtrooper who could actually aim. One of his kind that should have got a damn promotion for it. Well, I mean, granted he died, but or got captured. Because I mean, right afterwards, I'm pretty sure Leia shot him. But he actually shot Leia in the arm. The one and only. No one else has ever been able to land a hit on any of them. But this one trooper actually managed to shoot her in the arm. Like, damn. Good job. Which, it actually is a Star Wars lore that it is hard to see out of those helmets. Like, it is actually pretty hard to see in them. Like, it is...
So basically, they just.
It's literally their
disadvantage-
helmets. That's it. Like, it's their helmets that that makes it harder to aim. For some reason, they use those damn helmets, and that is the reason why. It's actually lore.
So wait, so they change helmet types when they become stormtroopers. But
Yeah,
when they're
but when clones
Imperial-
became Storm. Well, I mean, granted, no
That's why
clones,
It's just easier to mass produce.
I guess, but
Especially for a bunch of people that didn't all fit, that weren't just clones of each other, so they had to make it to accommodate various sizes.
and plus, I mean, clones were basically kicked out. I don't know if any clones remained, but at the very least, they were all gone. Most
So
of
was probably the guy that shot him. Shot Leia.
yeah, that's a thing that it's called
So this is
Afterworlds,
kinda treading on
or is it after? Yeah.
like prequel territory, but Rex is supposedly the old man that helps with the Battle of Endor.
Nice. Makes sense though. What is it? Well, technically that's going off of Rebels and Clone Wars, but
Honestly, I think he would be dead by then because they
No.
age twice as fast.
well, I mean,
So
he's
he
in.
would've been
He's in Rebels.
nearly 100. Because Rebels is still before Episode 4, so it's like 20 years before the Battle of Endor.
how old is Rex in the prequels?
Well, the last
Uh,
episode of Rebels is the end of the war, like, or after the Empire's done.
Yeah, so like, there's a couple of years pass between the entirety of Rebels, so it's probably like 3-4 years.
I guess.
So I'd put, by the time.
I mean, that and Rex is in Rebels, so as an old guy.
Let's see.
Anyway,
He was a first gen clone trooper.
I don't know about that one. But anyway, no, he wasn't.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
No, he didn't have the DNA of Fett, or the entire genome of Fett. No, I think it was a second gen or
Unless
third.
First gen was. just
First gens are there's only
Boba
two first
and,
gens.
Omega.
Yeah, Mega and Boba. They're the only first gens, and a few other ones that probably died by now. But anyway, point is, Afterworlds podcast of something they put in chat of that during the Empire's reign, anyone off the street could, who proved their worth in training, could become a stormtrooper. So basically, again, it's just anybody who's like, oh hey, I do good with a blaster. Cool,
I could
come
hit
on
the
in.
fucking
We're gonna enlist
rat.
you. Yeah, we're gonna draft you. I'm pretty sure there was a draft actually.
On honestly, so Rex was born 32 BBY. So when the Battle of Yavin happens in episode 4, he's 32, which means that by the end of it says the Battle of Crate. I'm assuming that's like that's sequel trilogy. So I'd put him around close to 40. I'd say like 35 to 40 during the Battle of Endor. So he would be like 70, 80 by human standards.
Well, like I
Why are we
said, you'll see
talking
him in
about
episodes.
Rex?
I don't know. He decided right when we start talking about it. I'm like, I'm trying to get off the subject, and you keep getting back onto it. I'm like, I don't know.
I feel like
Ugh.
so.
But, okay.
Is trying to turn his phone.
Yeah, well, let's go back to that. Trying to finish the movie. We have freaking 30 minutes left in the movie to talk about. Point is, all that kind of stuff happened. I'm not going to go plot-wise. I'm not going to do what I did at the beginning of our conversation. I don't know why I did it. I'm freaking tired, and I started doing it, and I just couldn't shut up. Anyway. That's when it comes down to it, though. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, lightsaber battles are great. Honestly, I didn't ever notice this before, but it's like every time Vader talked, you could tell there's more concern and more like he actually cared, like in his voice. If you think about it, like it actually seems more like he actually really had more concern in his voice of like towards Luke, like a few different things he's mentioned or that he says, like what is it? Like basically when Luke was trying to take him and just like, you know, they could run, you know, they don't have to go see the Emperor or anything. He's like, no, it's too late, you know, it's kind of have to. And saying like, you know, they're still good in him and everything, and he's just like, you know, it's too late for him. Like, you know, it kind of just like when I first saw it, or first few times I've seen it, basically before this, every time before this time that I've seen it, like I never really noticed that it actually seems like he had more caring in his voice, like, oh, you know, sorry, can't do that. Before it's like, nah, can't, no. Like, hey, I like being bad. That's it. that's what I thought at first. Like, hey, I'm evil. But I don't know. But go from that. Emperor is some.
Point out the bad luck of these Skywalkers losing a hand.
Yeah, it keeps happening. I mean, granted, okay. When it came to, I'm pretty sure that was just because Luke did. You know, Luke lost his hand, and when it came to Vader, they just figured, hey, he was all machine anyway at that time. And then when the prequels came out, it's like, well, Luke did. Might as well just have Anakin do the same thing. Why not?
It's literally just, you can find YouTube videos that are like a minute and a half long of just hands getting chopped off in Star Wars.
It just keeps happening, man. It's like it's just a constant
I think
occurrence.
They should
just can't
put
keep
bracelets with the metal.
Yeah,
Beskar is like incredibly hard to come by.
I mean, hey, just they're still. Well, actually, no, right then and there at the end of the war. Well,
Yeah, Beskar is like the most valuable metal to get, but because
Because a
isn't
lot
it?
of Mandalorians didn't even have Beskar armor, and they used whatever that alloy was.
Yeah, but wasn't it because the Empire used it?
No. Well,
Well, that was after, because that's being used as currency and stuff for the Empire and the Mandalorian, which is after Episode 6.
Yeah.
So if we're talking Jedi getting
Yeah,
their
but
hands
wasn't
cut
it
off,
on the war also? They used a lot of Beskar, and that's why it's running dry in a sense because they.
well, most
And it's
Beskar
hard
was for the
to-
Civil War, like the Mandalorian. Mandalore Civil War. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. One thing that kind of annoys me, that back to Return of Jedi in this case. One thing that annoys me, they added a line in the Disney Plus version. I've never seen it in any other version. Maybe it was in something else, but they added a line, and I'm not a fan of it.
what they had.
Vader saying no. He did not say that when he was when he turned, when he basically like, you know, got the Emperor and threw him down the shaft. He actually was like getting upset, I guess. You know, before it was just silent. Like he would just like turn, but you know, he turned a few times, then he just like looked over, picked him up, threw him. But in this case, he's like, no, and like picked him up, throw him off. Like, what?
Was it twice?
Yeah, he said it twice. Like, you know, he's just like, because he was like saying like no in disbelief. Like he's like, no, this isn't right. He's like, okay, no. It's like, you know, telling him no, just throw him off. Like, yeah, he did that. Like they added that line at that point. I'm like, why? Why would you do that? I don't know. But I don't like it. I don't like it. I preferred it when it was just silent. You know, he just did it on his own. Disney, I guess. Again, I don't know if it was actually Disney. It could have been before that, but because I actually have not watched many of the newer versions. The only version I have
in the Blu-ray in 2011.
Okay, yeah, that, like I said, Blu-ray versions, what they took
I
them.
just confirmed that you may be right about them using the Blu-ray version on Disney.
Yeah. Well, at the very least, I mean, it's just they keep adding things. Like, so if it wasn't even the Blu-ray version, they probably added it since then. Like, they made more additions during Disney Plus, for example, they could have, and just that one was already tacked in there.
There are some people who have like dedicated their time to making
Despecialized
story.
edition.
Yeah,
I have watched the first one.
that's honestly really cool because you get to see
It looks really nice, especially like the coloring and
exactly
everything.
how it was supposed to be. If you
The
were
only
to
way you
go
could do
see
it now
in the
is I think you have to torrent it. I mean, there are ways to watch it if you like have like certain websites or using Kodi builds or whatever, but one is like the main way too is you have to torrent it. And like legality, let's not get into that one. It's like, oh, you need to have the Blu-ray discs. Like, do you need to have the Blu-ray discs? I don't know about that. But it's more of legality.
Maybe the VHS tape.
Well, no, I mean, it says you need the Blu-ray disc, but I'm pretty sure what they mean by that is just for legality. So like, hey, purchase it to be like, hey, you know, you have it, you know, don't pirate. But technically, I'm pretty sure they give you the whole movie.
Honestly, if people don't have Star Wars, like own Star Wars, most people, if you just went out on the street and asked someone if they owned a copy of Star Wars, I feel like 9 out of 10 people would say yes.
I don't think most would, because I mean, at times, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like now when you have Disney Plus, I mean, why would most people would just be like, why would you even need to? You just have that and just watch it at any time. You don't really need a physical copy. I don't really do that much anymore.
Like unless you're getting rid of all your DVDs and stuff.
I don't
You have,
definitely do that.
like, the DVDs and everything from
I have an old DVD collection.
2005 of the first
Probably same one.
6.
I probably have the same one. But yeah, I don't know. Trying to Jenna. It's basically nothing else much to say about that one. It's just like that's the last thing I could say about it. I'm sure you have like the, you know, burning Vader and the ghost show up, but who needs that? We get it.
And they're not adding and they're not removing a hole in the fucking Death Star.
Hmm?
You know the big fucking hole that they bomb in?
Big
That they
hole.
could, you know, maybe remove so they didn't get access to the core?
Oh, well, I mean, it was literally being built still.
I mean, yeah, they could just go through it.
Yeah,
they were
but
still
they still
fine.
added that fucking hole.
Well,
Like,
I don't know.
No, they literally just went through the center of the half-built Death Star, too.
Yeah, you didn't even need the
They
hole.
should have built a better Death Star, to be honest.
Well, it was in the middle of being built. They were building a better Death Star. It was in the middle of being fucking built. They didn't get a finish.
They should have built a better Death Star. What, you just want them to build it faster?
I'm not
It's
gonna
been,
lie,
like,
they probably would have fucked it up
2,
anyway.
3, 4 years.
The only
max.
okay, when it came to the first Death Star, it's not about them building a better Death Star. It's a Rogue One thing.
I mean, it was also, yeah.
And he hasn't seen it yet, so no spoil on that one. But yeah, it's a Rogue One thing. They explain it. they explain why the first Death Star was the way it was. But yeah,
Still trash.
whatever. Okay, so I mean, yeah, I guess we're kind of done Star Wars wise because we still need to watch the prequels. Who knows when the hell we'll get started on that one?
Mm-hmm.
DM me.
That took us an hour.
You guys are gonna watch it because I will watch the prequels. I
Yeah.
didn't know you guys were watching Star Wars, so I would have watched it with y'all.
You would have been waiting for a few months. Actually, we haven't. Me and you, I don't think have met when we last watched Empire. Me and you never met at that point.
Maybe.
Pretty sure that was it.
No, I
Me and
think-
you haven't met at the time.
Nope. I don't, or actually, wait. When did we watch Empire again? Actually, I don't know. Return. Did you meet him before Return of the Jedi? Because we
Wait,
watched
yeah,
those
yeah.
two quickly on each
Wait,
other,
what?
basically. Did we watch Return of the? Did we watch Empire? No, we watched.
I
it,
met Nexus when we played Phasmophobia. And
I mean, yeah, I mean,
5
look,
months
trust
ago.
me, it was definitely before because I'm pretty sure at the time we watched Empire, I didn't have my stuff connected correctly because again, I had the bad power situation and I had to watch it on my laptop.
You still have bad power.
I know I still do, but I'm saying at the time I didn't have it set up correctly. So at the time, I only had like my laptop plugged in, and I had to watch through that. So yeah, trust me, me and you didn't meet yet when we watched Empire, and it took forever for us to even begin Return of Jedi. It was only like a few weeks ago.
But let's not talk about FMAB, okay? Let's not talk about that though.
What? Yeah, okay, yeah, it's not. That's been a couple years, maybe more. We're still waiting to watch that 11th or 12th episode.
Aren't we on 10? I think we're on 10th actually.
No, it's on my anime list. It's still on there. I can actually check right now actually where we're at.
I read the manga and I haven't watched this show, so how far into the series is that?
That is the
Is
first
that
fucking.
before or after the Tucker incident?
It's after. The Tucker incident is the 4th episode. Yes, I memorized that. We have watched 11 episodes. So we're on the 12th episode. 12 out of 64. Oh boy. But yeah, anyway, we're basically done with the whole Star Wars bit because I mean we can still talk a little bit about it, but I mean otherwise we're kind of done with Return of Jedi, so yeah.
Yeah.
Before I go, I want to ask you guys, what's your favorite opening from any Star Wars movie?
What?
Favorite opening scene from any Star Wars movie?
Okay, I thought you meant like a favorite opening to the entire movie. I'm like, they're all the same.
Favorite title crawl?
Favorite title crawl.
Has
It's the same.
Which of the 9 has the? Yeah, 9 because Solo and Rogue One don't have a title crawl. Which
Yeah,
of the
they don't
9
have that.
is your favorite title crawl?
Oh, I like
Actually, no. I would say this.
Technically, I'm
the
pretty
Star Wars
sure.
one has-
Oh, fuck's sake. Favorite opening.
Because every episode has a fucking title.
I think honestly just the New Hope. I mean, that was actually a really good one as an
Yeah.
opening. Like it really just
New
worked.
Hope.
Like just immediately just throws you into a battle because it's Star Wars. Like it just shows you off like, there you go. There's a war happening right then and there. I'm like, hey, it just kind of throws you into it and not in a bad way. Like it just
My
like
favorite opening
sets it
scene,
off.
has to be episode 3.
Okay, now, all right, look.
I'm not gonna dive into it because has Sweet.
Yeah, he's seen it. He's seen the prequels.
Okay.
I've seen up to episode 8,
Yeah,
Okay.
but not the side.
why is
stuff.
it because that's where the fun begins?
No, it's like
Mm.
just the opening scene.
I mean, yeah, it's a good opening. I mean, episode 3 honestly is
No. Like the very, very beginning of it, you see 2 ships flying in formation, so you can tell like there's some sort of bond between them. And then it's a lot of just like seeing character growth between Anakin and Obi-Wan.
yeah, they
and how
freaking
they've
went through a whole war together.
grown as characters from 2 to 3.
Which, I mean, granted, what's funny about that to me is I know we're not talking about prequels too much, but until we get to them, but what's funny about that is that it's been 10 years since the first one to the second one. 10 years, and yet they still are not very close. And then you get, granted, he does still bring up the whole thing like, oh, you know, he's like I think he said he's like a father to him. And then afterwards, it's like, you know, changes that to brother.
It's like,
But regardless, it's just like,
honestly, I feel like I love episode 1 and the characters that it introduced, but it shouldn't
well,
have
episode
existed
1
the
is
way
like
it
more
does.
closer to the original feeling. Like feeling like an original because it technically still is. It was 90s.
Yeah, but I feel like that the movie itself, like the time frame it covers shouldn't exist, or like it didn't really need to be explored as the new movie. And if we just got episode 2 as the movie,
Nah, they had to
Star Wars-
show Anakin being again whiny bitch. That show Luke's roots.
I feel like Anakin just was a bitch, a whiny bitch through the whole series. I mean, he literally killed off kids because for some reason they made
Okay,
him.
but you have to look at episode 3 in a bubble. That literally takes place over the course of a couple days, and those are quite literally like the worst days of his entire life.
It's better that the entire season 7 of the Clone Wars is also just a couple days.
Yeah.
I mean that it's
You know,
because it takes
well,
place at third. Anyway,
Yeah.
yep, that's Star
I'm
Wars.
just telling you.
Hmm.
I feel like Anakin needs some anger management.
Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Did you think about this before or after he murdered all those younglings?
I don't know.
Oh, and by the way, did you know? I'm gonna mention this little tidbit. I again, we're not talking about the prequels right now, but I'm still gonna mention it. Did you know that the youngling, the first one that asks him like, you know, what are we gonna do? That Lucas intentionally made him look like Anakin at that age to show that to like have this like transition for Anakin to be like, you know, that's how he was, and or it's like it's a metaphorical way of him killing off his original self.
Funny. I watched an interview with the actor who played the little kid, and he said Hayden Christensen yelled "boo" on set, which made him step back. And then Lucas kept it in and added with like lightsaber effects and everything.
All right.
Poor kid giving PTSD. And he never stepped his foot on a set ever again.
Well,
Alright, well it's 2:45 almost.
yeah, well,
I'm gonna go. I'll talk to you guys some other time.
all right. You know.
Yeah. And we have some other stuff to talk about.
Oh yeah. And transition. Huh.
We're still stuck on Disney though.
What?
We're getting close to the end, so I feel like we should continue our Disney part of the
What
part
was
and
it?
go to the,
What does
the
it?
spoiler part.
What? No,
The
no.
Marvel.
We're not. We haven't even got to the middle.
We're definitely past the middle.
I mean, yeah, fine, I guess, but hold on.
But do you have anything tiny to talk about? Because we kind of talked about Star Wars for 2 hours.
2 hours and 33 minutes, but yeah, so 2.5 hours. I wanted to talk about my rant. We didn't even trash.
What? Technically, we trashed.
We trashed a few things, yes, but okay. See, my freaking top name of this episode needs to change now.
Well, actually, but we take 15 minutes of your trashing, and then we take 15.
Well, technically, no, it doesn't because we talked a bit about the Psychonauts thing, and that actually accounts for what I was meaning.
Yeah.
With the title name, but
We can also you want to trash Activision for something?
Mm-hmm.
Should I take a nap or?
I feel like we're not gonna get to the Loki stuff at this rate if I want to talk about this.
I mean, we could do Loki next time instead then.
All right.
Even if it's a wait 2 weeks after, but it's like.
I mean, honestly,
At least-
it gives people a breather, and then we can just go into spoilers in that case.
Yeah.
So it gives a
and
breather.
it gets- yeah.
So.
So, a quick thing about it, though, spoiler free, great show.
Yeah, great show.
like.
Again, if you have Disney Plus, go check it out. Very good.
Yeah.
You don't need to watch the previous episode, the previous series to watch. I don't think you have to watch any of them in the
no,
wire.
actually, I would recommend to watch. Is it Endgame?
Well, no, series.
Oh yeah, series. Yeah, but you should have watched almost at least Endgame.
Just
Preferably the whole fucking thing. But
okay.
like,
Watch the Thor movies
Endgame.
and Endgame. That is the main importance. Actually, no. Infinity War.
Is it Infinity War?
That's when the original thing with Logan.
And
It's
yeah,
Infinity War.
Actually, Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah, both of them. They matter.
Yeah.
So like, do both of those. Basically, anything that you think Loki would be
Basically,
in, do it.
all 4 movies. I think first Avenger.
Watch the Avenger movies. You don't need to watch Ultron. You can. It's just go and watch the MCU movies, guys. It's all on there. Just go fucking
Just
watch them all.
All of them in general. It's
Except for
like
Spider-Man. Those
27.
aren't on there.
Yeah, it's sad.
And the Spider-Man
Doesn't
movies
mean
aren't
I'll
on there, but you don't really need to watch them to get it. Somebody can explain to you the missing pieces between Spider-Man and Infinity War. So
Far From Home basically could be important to watch if you watch Infinity War, but otherwise it's like,
well, Far
What's
From Home
it
is
called? Yeah.
after Endgame. Anyway,
No, wait, isn't Far From Home?
Mhm.
Oh no, Homecoming.
yeah, Homecoming is 4 still.
I watched Far From Home not too long ago, like a few months ago.
Yeah. So
And also, fun fact about that, Spider-Man is coming to Disney soon, sometime.
yeah, that's good.
This year.
That is good. Because
This
that'd be
year.
nice.
Which I think, because people speculate about it coming when the movie comes out, and I'm like, yeah.
It
it's
makes
definitely
sense.
gonna
It makes
come.
sense. Probably going to, because Disney is probably going to do their, Disney Plus premiere, where, you need to pay $30
That's
to watch the
because
movie.
They can do that now because Sony still had the more.
Yeah, they still
Right,
have the rights. They may not be able to do it with that movie.
But they may be able to after would be released on DVD and stuff. That's when it comes on Disney Plus.
Probably. But
Yeah.
okay. So, as we said, just go watch Loki and watch other stuff that you would
Yeah.
require to, but do that. But on to the trashy topic, because I've been wanting to trash these damn guys. Before I do that, let me take a drink. By the way,
I don't know
Uh,
anything left.
I don't know if you heard me coughing a little bit ago,
Nope.
but it wasn't too long ago, maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes ago, was the first drink I took out of my drink. I haven't taken a single drink this entire time. But, okay, so my trash topic that I'm bringing today. So, before we get into that bitch, I'm gonna kind of, I can't this time because I don't have anything prepared for it, but I want to make like a intro thing for every time we talk, like we trash talk, like, have like a garbage truck show by or something, like a visual effect on screen that kind of has to deal with that, or have sound effects. I want to set that up at some
Yeah.
point because that'd be kind of cool.
In general, we need an intro thing for the fucking whole thing.
Really, we kind of do. It's just us talking, but it'll be all right. I probably need to set up a separate start screen for it to make like more on theme, but
Yeah.
But
I see.
I mean, mine's kind of alright on theme. There's stars. There's a star in the thumbnail. It's whatever. But yeah. Activision. Where do I even begin? Now it's just a roast.
COD.
Yeah.
I don't know other games they own.
I know plenty that they own.
I don't
Okay.
remember because I don't give a fuck about what they own.
So Activision. Obviously, we know they're a trash company, and it's bad enough that in this to one person that I keep like trying to say things to, their first response is, well, it's Activision. What did you expect? Like, yeah, okay, fine. Yes, I know. But it's still something I want to rant about. And they always just keep saying the same thing. It's Activision. What do you expect? Like, I know. I know
So
they're
what do you
horrible.
expect from them?
To be horrible, because they are. I don't know what happened after, what was it? Was it Black Ops 3? In this case? I mean, granted, before that, they were still awful in a lot of their games, but I mean,
Yeah,
it
I
got
think-
even worse after I think Black Ops 3.
I mean,
To the point where it's like
in
they
general, Black Ops
somewhat
3 was
care.
beginning of terrible. Like, I never really liked Black Ops 3.
I mean,
Wasn't really a
really
big
it was
fan.
before that when it was still terrible.
Yeah, wasn't it
Ghosts
Infinity
to me is
Warfare?
when it started. To me, that's when it fully started. Was Ghosts, because I hated
because
everything
Ghost
after.
Was like Ghost was. People said even Ghost is bad to a degree because
I don't like Ghosts. I thought it was boring as all hell.
I need to play it. I have it on Xbox
I had to
One.
replay it at some point, but that's whenever I get to my actual point to that. I will little tangent here. I will add COD games onto my actual streaming schedule once at some point whenever I get a free game to throw it into. But that's gonna be a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like since Ghosts, it's just been all awful in most cases to me. But when it came to the newer ones, I think Black Ops 3, maybe. Huh.
I mean, zombie mode has always been like okay.
Yeah, I mean, okay, it basically was that. Modern Warfare, I'm gonna say, is an outlier, like in 2019, because that was actually pretty good. The campaign was great. The new engine was great. That's one of the COD games for a while that I was actually having somewhat fun in multiplayer, especially Night Vision hardcore. Like, when you have no HUD.
Did you ever play
and you have-
Shipment? Like a lot of Shipment maps.
Well, yeah, I played with you, remember?
Yeah, the Shipment was so fucking fun. It was like, let's.
It's the
Bam,
one time I
oh.
actually, well, okay. It's also the only game I condone having a shotgun because it was fun having a shotgun in Modern Warfare. Because it's a fucking sniper.
You can literally make it a sniper. I'm not kidding. Me and Danny played a lot. And
I mean, I've seen video footage where people can literally take their shotgun, aim upward, shoot, and you'll see the bullet like go over like across a ridge, and it will hit. It will kill the person. Like it's just so damn broken, but it's fun. And with Shipment, it's just like it's an instant. It's basically instant killing and instant dying like every 5 seconds, just like completely hectic. So it's fun. But like I said, my favorite mode is Night Vision hardcore. I think it's hardcore, but again, it's where you have no HUD. And again,
that's hardcore.
yeah, so no HUD, and it's night vision maps, and it's like really fun to play that because it's like difficult to be sure, and you always have to just look out for the night vision lights because there's people always trying to aim in on you, and you'll always see that like laser, and you're like, oh, kill. So you have to be really careful. It's like a strategy type of deal. So it's like I liked it, but
yeah,
Cold War.
we should play Modern Warfare sometime.
We do. I had to plug my external hard drive back in because that's where I have it installed. But oh god, hold on.
What are you doing? Hello?
What's up?
Did you throw your mic or something?
I'll put it down.
Hi,
Okay.
Game Gamer.
Sorry about that. I had this bag of the like chocolate candy thing that's just like they're balls, so they just rolled out. They rolled out.
250 candy bar.
250
candy.
sugar. 250 grams of sugar in total. But like some of it just rolled out. I'm like, oh god, I have to pick that up. Anyway. As I was saying, Cold War. Oh boy. Where should we begin? Oh, it's horribleness. Activision, I don't know what you were doing.
Not 100%, not 100% terrible actually, but
90%.
of it is terrible.
90%, yes. Glad we have the same wavelength on that one. But yeah. Okay. here's the thing. I have not played the campaign yet because I'm saving it for when I get to it in the series. Because at this point, I just want like it to be part of have a good reaction to it or bad reaction to it, whatever. But we have Cold War, the campaign. Like, I don't know yet. Multiplayer, I haven't tried it because I don't really care for it. Don't want to. I only play zombies.
Sucks.
I bet. I never played Black Ops 4 multiplayer either. I didn't bother.
Yeah.
Because of the new mechanics, and everybody says like, oh, it makes it like more fun, everything. Like, whatever. But
No, the issue with multiplayer in Cold War is like, this is kids that doesn't leave their room that plays this game. It's not like you can't go in as a casual player because the skill-based matchmaking breaks the whole game. Like back in like Modern Warfare 2, you played the same if you didn't leave the lobby, it was always the same lobby. Now it's every game it switches lobby.
yeah,
So
it does. It does that in general with everything. I don't know why. I don't know why games do that. Like, they don't have an intermission in this sense.
I like that with Modern Warfare 2. That was the fun part. Was like you could play the same lobby, and if you got like, oh, okay, this is two good people, and I want to play with them, you just switch the lobby and hope you got a different lobby.
Yeah.
Now it's a new lobby every time, so you sit there and be like, oh, so either I'm gonna play because I played good one game, I'm gonna play with the super people that fucking sweat this game 200 hours.
Pretty much.
Which I basically have done this season. Let's not talk about that. I'm level something. Only mostly playing zombies.
Yeah, it's a good thing I like. That's really the only thing I do like is that level is with every mode. You can level up with any mode.
Yeah.
So that's great.
I also bought the battle pass for each season.
Of course you did.
But I completed 3 out of 4. I didn't complete the first one, which was because I didn't play it that much. And then second one, I got so far, and it's like, I'm not kidding. At the end of season 2, I completed the battle pass because they had a double battle pass weekend, and I got up to like 95 or something, and I was like, I may not complete it before they reset it, but I did it. And then season 3 was like, if I get far enough, I buy it. And I got halfway, and I was like, I'm buying it.
Yeah. For what I would talk about in this case, because I have nothing to contribute to that, because I don't really care about the season at all. I don't play a game for a battle pass or a season pass or anything. I don't care for any of that kind of stuff. It just seems really stupid and boring. But let's go with this case.
Let's not talk about how much I've wasted on. Let's not talk about how much money I've given Activision though.
Yeah, you could have bought more games with that one, buddy. But no.
I literally spent $100 on it.
Says let's not talk about it, but then immediately talks about it.
I actually last month spent $100 on it.
Again, you could have bought so many games with that. Especially games I was telling you to buy. Like, hey, buy these games. They're good games that you could either play and stream, or hey, some of them were co-op and we could stream together and they would actually be fun. You're like, nah, I'm gonna spend on Battle Pass money.
No, just I actually bought Coldplay.
Same difference.
No, so the Battle Pass just came out basically. I got money a week after it came out. So I had already planned to buy the Battle Pass, of course. And then they added gifting, like a bundle. So I have bought Danny, maybe an anime bundle, and a skin. What pissed me off though was the limit. Like, oh, you can only gift a friend once a week, and you can only gift 3 friends in total per week. Like, I'm like, why does that matter? Like, if I want to buy my friend 3 bundles, what does that matter? You still get the money.
I don't know. But again, Activision. Speaking of Activision, let's get into some cons here. So with zombies, you think, okay, first you just have Firebase Z, not a bad map at first glance. All right.
It's not bad, and well, it's good. It's a good map. The issue is it gets kind of meh.
Yeah, most people, and the problem is after like maybe fucking 5 rounds, you're playing online, everyone wants to go ahead and exfil. Like, really, dude? We barely even played it. You already want to quit. Like, I keep saying that. It's like you go for 5 rounds, and it's like, exfil? Or
Actually,
10?
you
or
need to
whatever.
go 10 rounds before you can exfil.
Well, okay. Well, I meant to say 10. That's why I corrected myself right then and there. I'm like, actually, no, never mind, 10, because it wouldn't be 5. Point being, the second you can exfil, people want to exfil.
Yeah, I don't get that. I exfil at 10 if I feel like I'm not gonna do good.
It's it's not even about doing good. It's more so of just like, it's like nobody fucking cares about zombies anymore, to the point where it's like you want to survive for as long as you can. At this point, if I had a choice, I would disable exfil to where I would never use it ever, because I don't care for it. I don't care if it gives you a bit more points. I don't care if it does all this other crap. I don't care. I want to just play the game. The point of zombies is to survive for as long as humanly possible. Even if that means you're going to be on the game for 3 to 4 hours or more, you're doing it. I once stayed up super late to where it was like 7 in the morning, I think, playing zombies because I would refuse to quit, to basically kill myself in the game, to stop playing so I could continue to try to get up higher. I made it to round 49 that day in Darius. That's when it was just World of War.
Huh.
Like, that was a nice time.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I
so
prefer Outbreak. It's fun.
yeah, and then of course I was getting to that bit where Outbreak came out, and which actually was Outbreak first or was Machine first?
Die Machine was the first match.
Okay, so it was that Machine. I wouldn't even know. Okay, man.
Die Machine, Firebase, Outbreak, and
Okay.
now Mauer Toten.
Anyway, point being, Outbreak, fun concept because it's basically you take Blackout, for example, where you take like it's like battle royale mechanics, throw it into zombies. You think, okay, battle royale, that sounds awful. Which,
No,
I would.
actually, I would say the more battle royale part is Onslaught on PlayStation 4. You literally.
Well, I mean, sure, but I'm saying in general that it still has that mechanic bit, so it just sounds more to it. I mean, you do, because you still drop in. Not exactly, but I mean, you do. But I mean, you got that. You still go up and pick up weapons off the ground. You can still get the box, little loot boxes and stuff like that. You have to go find. Well, you always have to find the box randomly, but different stuff like that. And you have events.
Mimic.
Yeah. I should never run into that. Never ran into that.
Yeah, I have run into a few. And now I think that added some mimics can be in medium boxes. Before it was just large boxes, and then now it's medium boxes. I'm like, but I think that after the first one, so I'm like, why? Why are you doing this to me?
I've never run into that. But
yeah, you're
then again,
lucky.
It's not even about being lucky. It's about my problem. Yeah. So here's the deal. I cannot get very far in any zombies match online. And if someone's going to say, oh, is this because you're bad at the game? No, that would normally be the case. But no, it seems my console is bad at the game too.
I think that's an Xbox issue, which I don't know why they're not fixing, because because again, you said it yourself, it's not on any other console. It's only Xbox X and S.
Yeah. So basically, for people who don't know, if you have a Series X or Series S, don't buy Cold War. Just don't. Okay, basically this. Okay, if you have, well, if you're playing solo, if you're only fuck multiplayer. If you're gonna play it solo, who cares? It's not gonna matter. If you're gonna play online, don't, because there's a lot of problems right now, and Activision doesn't want to fix it, or the very because they have to know by now. People have been complaining about it forever. They haven't done anything, and I have gone through maybe 3 or 4 patches since I've last looked, since I've last played the game, and every time I boot up the console, it's like, oh hey, Cold War's updating. Still an issue. So
I wonder if it's the Xbox that has having the issues and not the game.
well, I would see this
Could be
in
the
basically
X
every
and
other
X.
game that's kind of similar, like multiplayer wise. But I don't know. Okay, so basically, again, it's this. Like I've tried the Xbox One X version, which is just the original one that you get. I tried that version of Cold War, and it has the issue. And then later, I spent the $10 to upgrade, because my brother owns the actual game. I just spent $10 and bought the upgrade edition, and that upgraded to the Series X edition. That still did it. And my problem, if people want to know, is that if you do a certain action in a game, it could be anyone in the lobby doing this. If somebody, like, certain objectives or like certain things they shoot at, if they spray, like if they just like hold down the button and shoot at it, for example, in Outbreak, it's a purple orb. I don't know what the objective is, but it's like a purple orb you shoot. If you spray it, it will start lagging the game for people with a Series X or S, and it will cause connection loss out of nowhere. And you can jump around the map, you'll like fall through the map. I always fall through the damn map, and zombies will come up and kill you. Happens every time. And Firebase Z, I've had it happen. I don't know what they did to cause it, but it happened. Very annoying. I don't know.
This is why I prefer to play solo.
Yeah, basically it's just whenever somebody sprays, like a spray shoots. If you like tap it, like, you know, just like tap shoot, and like shoot maybe 1 to 3 times, I think, and just like scoot it, like say the purple orb, then it's fine. It won't happen. But if you spray it, it does it. It lags. And Activision will not fix this, because so many people have been asking to fix this. They won't. They just don't do anything.
Maybe they don't know what's wrong. That's the issue.
They haven't even addressed it. That's the thing. They haven't addressed like, hey, we know about this issue, or like put in like a known issues thing or something. Just like they don't do anything about it. They haven't addressed it. They haven't mentioned that like, hey, we know, you know, we're trying to fix this. They haven't said a word.
Yeah.
And it just constantly happens to where I can't get 30 minutes into a game. Or I don't know. Just like, let's say Outbreak, for example, I can't get past the cabin, which is like the 3rd level. Or okay, I think it's the level after that, so like round 4. So I can't get past round 4. It always crashes before then. Like, because randomly it'll be like the whole match will crash. It'll be like, you know, you disconnected from the game, or it just does the lag thing, sends me to the floor, and I die. So 2 of which will happen. I can't get past round 4.
Yeah.
So I'm stuck. And I don't know. And also, I tried installing HD assets, which took me forever to even get that to work, to where I could install it, because it kept failing every time. I think I actually had to reinstall the game. But got HD assets and installed it. I don't know what happened. I don't know. The textures were broken in zombies, because all zombies and hellhounds, basically the texture was black. Like it was just like full on charcoal, or like, I don't know, dark coloring black. It's just like that was the texture of the zombie or the hellhound, and like flame was that too. That was the color of flame, like black flames. It's just like, what the hell is going on?
I'm sort of wondering if Xbox is having a lot of issues with it.
And then flames also would have this like rainbow effect, where it's just like rainbow flames or something, because it's like all pixely, everything like pixel
Should you
rainbows.
download the right pack?
I don't know. I feel like I either got the darkness pack and the rainbows and unicorns pack. Something
You got the
happened.
Pride pack and the fucking
That too.
Hello Darkness, my old friend.
Yeah, those actually work better for that. But yeah, I don't know. You get basically those packs. Ray tracing seems to work fine. I haven't really been able to test it, so I just get that installed. I uninstalled the HD pack because it was 45 gigs anyway, so might as well just get rid of it, save space. It's gonna act up like that. But that's my deal with Cold War. I have another gripe now. That would be Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 HD. That's my next gripe.
Okay.
I actually do not own the game, so I can't really speak for it there, but I've heard that the Series X version of it is worse. So here we go again. An Activision game that cannot run good on a Series X or S. Something is happening where Activision cannot make good games for a next-gen Xbox console. Like, I don't know what it is. Bad enough the game just came out on a freaking Switch, I think. But I don't know. It's just like, it won't work there, and crazy enough stuff happen, and I don't know what's with Activision, and they won't come across, we mentioned this before, but they won't do the whole upgrade for free thing. You have to spend money. You have to spend 10 extra bucks to buy to basically buy the upgraded edition. They won't do it for free. Like, I don't understand why. What's the issue? It's like, no, we want you to pay for it.
I can understand if it's a small company, an indie company that
I mean,
does it. Like,
yeah, I mean, in a way it makes sense, because in reality, because of what they're having to do for this like new generation, it makes sense to have to spend $10 more, because it's like, you know, $69.99 in this case is an appropriate amount for a next gen game, because it's like there's a lot more going into it than last gen. So it's like the price kind of, it's warranted to go up. But you're going about it the wrong way, Activision. Everyone else is allowing free upgrades. You're not. If it's an exclusive game, I understand. If it's exclusive to the next generation, okay, cool. $69.99, $70. Do it. But if you're going to be...
I can see why PlayStation's version can be more expensive, because we have Onslaught, which is at the moment exclusive only on PlayStation.
Yeah, that's basically the same thing it was with Modern Warfare and Survival. But
they never added that to other consoles, did they?
I don't know. I think they did, but I don't know. They got that. Something I want to mention that, like, I guess it's just some to note that goes along with Activision that I didn't think they would do, but they fucking did it. So this is a Game Grumps thing that I'm just gonna mention, but basically what happened is somebody who used to be a part of Game Grumps that no longer is, his name is Rubber Ninja or Rubber Ross, either way, Ross O'Donovan, I mean. Basically, he creates Mario Maker levels, and he made recently a new world, because they do worlds now in Mario Maker 2, that was completely to screw over the Game Grumps. Like, you know, make them mad and everything, like super hard levels. That was the whole point. And so Activision comes out and it's like, hey, we got this level creator for Pro Skater 1 and 2. So can you make a super hard level for the Grumps? We want to make a video of like a super hard level that you make in this game to screw them over. It's like, okay, so he gets paid to make a hard level, and the Game Grumps get paid because it's a sponsored video. Makes sense. Cool. Problem. It's a sponsored video. Damn it, Activision. They made it to where you can't swear in the video. No swearing. And it's like, okay, I guess sponsored video, it makes sense. Whatever, it still sucks because they swear a lot. And the other thing is, they couldn't mention a brand of any other type. If it wasn't involved, if it wasn't Activision, and if it wasn't Tony Hawk, like Pro Skater and all that, you could not mention any other brand. Nothing. And the whole show of Game Grumps is them talking about other stuff. They'll talk about movies, they'll talk about another game, they'll make fun of something. That is their whole thing. But they can't say anything. And the worst part is, like, they don't even know that. Like, they didn't know about it because they weren't told this. They made the whole video, and they had to censor it after making it. So there's just, like, a bunch of friggin' censors of them saying a bunch of stuff. Like, hey, you know this movie, and it's like, makes a construction noise. And it's like, yeah, I know that Like, yeah, I know what construction noise. Just like, Jesus Christ. And that's fucking Activision. That's them. That's their marketing team being like, no, you can't say anything else that does not involve this game. And you cannot swear.
See, if you're gonna work with someone, you should work. They should work with someone family friendly. That
It's, yeah, pretty much. Like, they shouldn't have worked with Game Grumps again because of, again, they're not family friendly. And two, their main gimmick is to talk about stories or like talk about like other movies and games and
so it's
stuff.
like,
So you're really taking away the entire point of their show.
yeah, and then people gonna make it look like it's not interesting, and then they lose money because no one wants to buy the game.
What's funny enough is that in their description, they literally said like, sorry, I forget what the description said. It's like something about like, sorry for all the construction noises. They're building a legal department next door or something. So we were just like making fun of it because they know, I'm pretty sure they know it's stupid, but they couldn't say anything about it. And the worst part is, again, Ross, the guy who was building the levels, he was live streaming like him building it or him showing it off. And apparently that video was sponsored on YouTube, or that whole thing was sponsored of like him showing it off. He was allowed to swear. He was allowed to mention brands. It's just the main video that they were working for on the Grumps was not allowed to do either. But no, Ross was able. No problem.
Yeah, I mean it was probably because it was streaming also. It's a little bit
Yeah.
harder to-
Well, I mean, the stream, I guess, sure, but he made a highlighted video later on YouTube. Like, you know, he has an
Yeah,
editor
but
that
then the
highlights his
question is,
video.
Is the video the part that gets sponsored or the stream? Because if it's the stream that's sponsored, they can't do much because they don't want.
Again,
because
that,
he-
and they didn't tell them. They didn't tell any of them until after the fact that they made it, after they made the video. Because the Grumps had no idea about these rules, so they went through the whole video doing
I
this.
think
And then once it was
they can-
made,
I
Activision
wonder if they can
talked about it.
actually do that, because it must be in the contract. And if they read the contract, they would have known. Okay, we can't do this stuff.
I don't think it was in a contract. It was just like something they told them, like during editing.
Then it's not legally bound. Then they don't need to do it.
Well, it's
but
not
the
about legally
contract-
bonding. It's not really about being legally bonded. It's just like, it's just how the sponsorship goes. You either, if you don't do it right, you don't get the payment. You don't get the payment to begin with. You get it after it's all said and done.
Yeah, but then if it's still,
I mean, I'm sure
contract,
they did do it in the contract, and I don't think it was mentioned though, or anything like that. And if
that
they did,
is,
it
if
was.
it's not in the contract. They legally don't need to censor the video, but they follow the contract. And if they have not added like, oh, by the way, you can't do this stuff, then
Well,
it's,
even if they did put in the contract, Aaron and Den in this case, the people playing, the legal team of the Grumps, like, their actual legal team, like, probably handled that bit, and, marketing team and everything handled that bit, but they weren't really notified, or at least Aaron and Den were not notified that they had to do that. They made the video already, and then they had to go in and censor it all.
yeah, which is both terrible by the legal team and Activision.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know if that is the case, but I would heavily blame Activision in this case, because who the fuck makes that as a rule? Like, you can't say any other brand at all. Just anything. Just no brand name. The only brand name they were allowed to say was Band-Aid, and I guess because it's, like, universally known as a normal thing when it's not. It's not Band-Aid, it's Bandage. Band-Aid is a brand.
It's actually a company.
Yeah.
But I think it's big. Actually, I listened to this a while ago about it because of this. Oh yeah, they were talking about different stuff. But apparently, a lot of brands has gotten known as. It's same with like Kleenex. Apparently, it's really known for one thing. It's a brand. It's a company, but it doesn't matter what it is. It's Kleenex or something because the brand was so big that even if it's just like a different brand, it's like, oh, Kleenex. Okay.
It's like, you get the
Band-Aid.
Kleenex, you got a Band-Aid, what else you got? I think there are actually more things that are like that.
But it's because it's because you always they probably was the only company back then that sold it that much, so it was more known back then. And then by
Mm.
time new brands comes up and it's like, oh, that's Band-Aid. But in
Yeah.
reality, it's like a fucking off-brand company just with a totally different name. Still, they're gonna suck though.
Mhm.
Being like losing to a big company with the same name, with a different name, because it's more known.
No, fucking no. But anyway, we pretty much passed our 3-hour mark because, good God, we talked about Star Wars for 2.5 hours. I mean, granted, we didn't because the beginning was about Psychonauts. Like, we talked about Psychonauts and then moved on to this, or moved on to
Then
Star
we were
Wars
gonna
and
do
this.
a short part about Star Wars, and then
Short. No. Okay, look, the real fault is mine on that one. Because again,
Yeah.
I went into the spiel of the plot. I mean, look, I wasn't planning on it, but at the same time, I was like, well, it'd probably be nice to do that. And then I'm like, it'd probably somebody can make something funny out of this in the future. Like, even if it was like way in the future, like years from now, like maybe. But, and by someone, I
they're gonna
mean,
make someone
yeah,
funny
someone
as
I know.
label. They're like, can we get on?
Just ignore this episode. I don't know.
Episode 29. Also, by the way, I need the fucking thumbnail. You need to send me the new thumbnail.
I'll get to it. But, yeah. So, might as well go ahead and end it off here because that's
Actually,
about
wait, you may
that.
have.
What?
Remember something.
No, I didn't send you a thumbnail.
Are you sure about that? Didn't
Nope.
you send it maybe 2 weeks ago?
No?
I'm gonna make sure because
Did I
we
not?
should have done this show for 2 weeks ago.
I don't think I sent you one. Hold on, let me go check my folder that I have for this.
I was making sure.
Nope,
I think you
I did not send you one. I did not make a 29.
Wow, you're 2 weeks too late with that.
What do you mean?
Because we were meant to do this 2 weeks ago and we didn't do it because I think
No,
I
I
fell
only
asleep.
send you the thumbnail when I know we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
And I didn't hear from you, and I saw that your icon was yellow, and at that point I was like, okay, well, alright, I guess we're not doing it. So I just said, okay, no need to make a thumbnail if we're not gonna do it. And I didn't do it tonight because I didn't feel like it. So I'll get to it. But, yep, might as well go and end off here because that, we've been doing it for enough time.
Yeah.
Sorry again for the long
We haven't had
spiel of Star
enough for
Wars.
each other.
Right.
Until next.
I gotta stop eating these damn things.
Yeah.
get fatter.
Get fat.
Fatter. I'm already fat. Alright. So anyway, as we usually do at the end of these, we plug our socials, which in my case is just Nexus7C everywhere. On Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, it's all the same.
Yeah. Switchboard Gaming on YouTube, which if you're watching this on YouTube, yeah, you would see the name. And my Twitter and Twitch is Switchboard Catboy. And I don't think my ad is Switchboard Catboy. Actually, no, yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
I don't know.
It's Sweet and Catboy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my Discord is also Spinning Catboy. Fun fact.
Not to my server. We made a random joke. I don't know why we made the joke, but what was it? Oh no, it's
It
because
was
you called
because-
yourself. It's because you called yourself a girl in our server, so we just kind of renamed you to that.
Yeah, and I've never changed it back.
Yeah.
And I think I was like,
Like,
okay.
Normally your name is, or at least before it was Swing Boy, and then in parentheses Alexander, and so we basically just switched it to Swing Girl
I don't know
Alexandria
if that actually
or Alexandra.
I think this is after switch to Sweden Cat actually.
Well, it was still the cat. I'm just mentioning Swing Boy, but yeah, it was Sweet and Cat girl in this case, but yeah.
Yeah.
Point being,
I'm a
we
cat.
changed it to that just to make fun of the fact that you messed it up.
No, because
Well,
the
it's
thing is,
really you
I
making a
quoted
joke.
myself from a stream I did.
Well, at that point, wouldn't you have messed up in your stream?
No, I didn't mess up. I just fucking said for no reason. Like, I just said it because I was playing a certain character, which is cute girl, and I'm like, and it really was like the clip is on my YouTube video, but it's like I'm an adorable fucking girl.
Mm.
I said it from nowhere.
Well, basically, we just thought it was funny that you said it, so we just went along with it. Nicknamed you.
You
And you never changed it.
I used no. It was because I sent a quote to Eve or told Evil to add it as a quote.
Yeah. Still there, though.
It was a Rainbow Six Siege stream.
I'm actually curious. What is that quote real quick? I think it's 14, 13. Which one is it?
I don't know.
Hold on, I'm gonna.
At this point, I don't know if he has the order correct.
Let's see. Quote. Go. Let's
What
do 14. Z, apparently. 13. Oh, that's the one I said. No.
Why did you edit it?
I pushed up because I thought it was gonna show it again, but no, it went and edited what I last said. Z's. Alright.
Try older number, like 2 or 3.
Ah, okay.
Mhm.
Created.
That's
What?
I.
I'm just exposing the quotes now. Wait. Imagine the box cutter is a knife. I would have thought your box cutter was a peacock. Oh, I remember that joke. I remember me saying that. He still has these tats.
Go for.
4?
8 doesn't exist. What?
Okay, that's questionable. There it is. It is 4. Nice. Oh, did you see the latest one?
I don't know which one is the latest one.
15. This one. That was fucking hilarious when he said it. I'm like, oh my god, that sounds right. That does not sound right.
Exposing evil in Discord.
Yeah, if anybody wants to know what's going on here, because audio-wise, join my Discord. It is in my YouTube description, and I don't think it's on my Twitch about page yet. I don't think it is. It could be, but I don't think so.
I think I have it, so I have mine, not his.
Yeah.
His doesn't.
Mine is mine is literally just a if it's not on my Twitch about page, just go over to the chat and just put !Discord. It'll be there anyway. But to make that easier. And if you're on YouTube, it should be in my YouTube links and also my description, I believe.
Which, guys, you will find our stuff in our individual description. I don't know if he has both my Twitch and YouTube, but I have both.
I
his
usually
Twitch
just
and
have
YouTube.
your Twitch because at that point you can just find your YouTube. And honestly,
We're talking about people. They don't even know what our description is.
wow. Generalizing.
Guys, the description is the thing under the video. Where you can press often, sometimes it says show more. And there is often a lot of text that describes. Sometimes the
Yeah,
video,
but then
sometimes
someone's gonna comment
links.
something pretty long and it's gonna say show more down there. It's like, you mean this one? Like, sure. Yeah. That's usually why I sometimes tell people to write stuff in the description. Go check the comments and make sure to write, tell us what you think in the description.
Yeah, because people, and this is just, I don't understand. I have seen so many people like.
Don't forget to subscribe to that bell.
Oh, but that's a standard thing.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but I mean, the point is, hit subscribe. Don't We do the bell too. You know.
Yeah. And also, you should actually follow and watch our streams because Nexus at this point is actually trying to get affiliate because, he doesn't do double
Trying.
streaming anymore.
Yeah.
So he can actually earn affiliate without having issues. Is it good? Probably not.
Wow.
Twitch.
I don't.
It's Twitch, okay? That's...
Well, okay. I thought you were saying like, am I good? No, because I was about to say,
no,
wow, I
you're
don't
not good either,
badmouth.
but-
I'm about to say I don't badmouth you. Come on now.
Hey, you're not good, okay? I don't need to tell them that. They can figure it out themselves.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let them figure it out themselves. Don't freaking throw preconceptions at them. Let them figure it out. But yeah, basically, yeah. So with me, I basically try to stream from Monday to Thursday. That's my stream schedule. Wednesdays are collab days between me and him. So basically, when you see the next podcast episode, it'll be 2 weeks from now, if we don't skip it. And next week will be a game, which is going to be Fallout 76.
Fallout 76.
Yeah. Oh boy. That's going to be a fun one. Yeah, and tomorrow, for anyone even here at the moment, if you're dropping in and you haven't chatted or anything, tomorrow I will be playing Resident Evil 7. Yay.
Woo.
I've already
And
started it, for anyone knowing. I've already started it. We're going to start from, if everybody knows where the 3 dogs are, like the 3 dog medallions or whatever, that's where I am. So, not very far.
I don't know if I'm gonna stream tomorrow or not because technically it's an off day for me, but I might stream because I skipped. Well, I accidentally skipped Monday.
Mhm.
Tuesday I was gonna stream, but then I broke my controller, which I was like, I don't fucking feel like streaming. So I might stream tomorrow, but I don't know.
I skipped
I
Monday
have
under
had-
duress. I didn't get, I didn't have a choice. I had to make, yeah, the usual thing that happens is that, I have to tell my sister get to sleep because she fights sleep like crazy. She didn't go to sleep until like 1:30 or something. I ended up falling asleep and woke up around like 4. I'm like, fuck no, I ain't streaming. Nope. Done with that. But yep, that's basically that. So if anybody wants to catch any of the streams, either me or him, follow Twitch and all that other stuff.
And if you wanna watch the VODs, everything is gonna be on YouTube on my side. I don't know what he's gonna do, but
It will be for me if the stream went well. If it didn't go well, you're not seeing it. You're not getting it. Or if it's like one of those like basic games, like let's say I've played like Papers,
Yeah.
Please in the past, and I haven't exported that. It's still a Twitch VOD. So
I have stuff like I play certain games that I don't upload, but there's multiplayer games unless it's like a series with a friend.
yeah.
Like me and Nexus does. I'm probably gonna upload Fallout 76 though.
It depends on if it's good. If it's not, okay, scratch
No,
that.
I'm just gonna
Okay.
upload it.
I'm going to record it for highlight reasons because we know there's gonna be something to highlight on that.
It's a fucking Bethesda game. It's
Gonna be exactly. Exactly.
Because I, like,
Name
randomly just
a
fucking
Bethesda
teleport.
game that does not have bugs. I'll wait.
I don't know. I don't know Bethesda games. I know Skyrim, which is the buggiest shit ever. And Oblivion is not too buggy. It's buggy, but it's not like.
There are some issues with Oblivion I found out recently. It's like, oh, okay. Usually voice acting stuff, like there was one person where they changed voices mid-script. So it's like you say one of the dialogue options, they sound like a brittle old man. The next one, they sound normal. It's like, okay. And then another person, like you say a dialogue, like they start saying their dialogue, like, wait, hold on, let me try that again. And then they repeat their dialogue, and the character has stopped moving their mouth, and you just still hear the person talking. It's just like, did they forget to cut that?
Great job.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll be playing Fallout 76 next week as our Wednesday collab, so hope to see you guys there.
Hopefully, yay! Bye.
See you later.